Words.
Words. Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. I think one of these days I need to have like some sort of like confetti thing to do for magic on that. Like we create magic. Welcome. We are here with our lovely crew from the New Moon. Everybody take a look at the camera, wave, and say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
There it is. There it is. There's the energy. Cool. As we are jumping into tonight, first and foremost, if you're watching this and wondering what the hell this is, hi, we're a D&D live play stream. We run games every Monday, Let me try that again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, with 4 parties. I guess you could say 4 different campaigns, but living, existing, breathing, jumping, flying, eating, getting hurt, all in the same homebrew world at the same time. The beautiful, wonderful homebrew world of Imea. If this is, like I said, if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy your time. Before we get into tonight, a couple of announcements. The first of which is we have our one-shots for this month. That is for specifically for this Saturday and next Saturday. We are introducing our Candela Obscura one-shot that we are still looking for players for. So if you were interested in kind of dipping your toes into a game that is a little bit different than D&D, honestly, rule set wise, a little bit easier. For those that have no idea what I'm talking about, Candela Obscura is a cosmic horror game designed by the people over at Critical Role. It is super fun, very creepy, and high on the like RP, but very simple on the rule set and things like that. Pretty easy to kind of get going in. For our version, it looks exactly the same as far as like lore and character design and all that stuff. The only difference is we change the setting. So it's called Shadows of the North Shore. Because we put a more real world setting, putting all of our characters into the year 1901 in a place that is near and dear to my heart, the North Shore of Massachusetts. We did a playtest of this way back in September, so if you want to take a look at that, please feel free to check that out on our YouTube page under Shadows of the North. On the playlist, and then Shadows of the North Shore. We did a little 3-episode mini campaign there, which was super fun. So for those that are, like I said, want to dip their toes into a different game style, that is a great way to do so. Full disclosure, one of the reasons why we're doing that is because, 1, it's an awesome game and we want to have more people explore it. But 2, we are also trying to launch a full campaign for Shadows of the North Shore. So if you are interested in checking that out, first and foremost, I will put the link to our one shots for this month, and then also I will be putting in the full campaign, so you can take a look at that. Please check that out. Feel free to reach out to me on this channel or from our Instagram and TikTok, which I'll talk about in a second, if you have any questions, or start playing games. Also, we do have a couple other one shots as running as well this month. I believe we're doing Where's My Darling Piddle, and one other that I cannot remember. I'll pull that up real quick as I continue to go on. If you are interested in supporting the channel, best way to do so is to like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton on being able to kind of have a bigger reach of people, and hopefully being able to kind of shift some things around in the near future to kind of be able to add to this channel in more exciting ways. For those of you, coming back to the one-shot stuff, the other one is the Golden Lion Heist, which is a fun, like kind of Steven Soderbergh meets D&D meets full-on silly, wacky heist. Super fun, but please feel free to check that out on the link for our one-shots. which I will also say is startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. Lastly, if you are interested in checking out our kind of behind the scenes stuff and separate clips, as well as some upcoming kind of like spoilers for things that are going to be coming soon, like our drop in, drop out campaign that we're going to be launching next month. That is a Humblewood campaign. So I'll have more details of that a little bit later. But also, you can kind of stay ahead of the curve on that on joining either our Instagram and our TikTok. So here's the link tree for that. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, most of these links are in the video description below. And I believe that is it. So before we jump into tonight, we need to get an idea of where we left off. So, Brandon, would you please do the honors?
All right, let's see if my internet plays well this time. So, after arriving in Dair's Wharf, we found shelter at the Sea Glass Spire with the caretaker, whose name is Finn, who's also a cleric of the Umberly. I was gonna say the other name, but anyways, so we all woke up the next morning, and decided to have breakfast. I'm just gonna like paraphrase kind of what happened. We all decided we have breakfast. Green and Titian and Adim went and bought everything from Babaglees, the neighboring merchant next door. The group did decide to go shopping before reaching the compass. There's a lot of shops, half of which I didn't remember to write down the names, but we've got Glitter and Gold, the Swift Arrow, the Velvet Veil, 9 Secrets, the Whispering Vial, and the Harbor Horde are all the ones that I wrote down. Half of the team goes due to the fight that we got into when we first arrived, so we can try and find something to hide Sif, so we can traverse the city discreetly. Ewolf volunteered to stay behind with Sif, Donsig, and Alyssa, so he can start to learn cleric abilities from Finn. The party found the Velvet Veil to see if they had any magical clothing, and Ianthe, through carefully crafted words, asking if Vesper, the shopkeeper, has anything. She wound up having a pair of earrings, but they were 1,500 gold, which Adim is able to flirt down with her. Awkwardly at first, but then very craftedly, down to 1,200 and a dinner. Well, probably just more than dinner, but let's be honest.
Hey!
We took some party funds and were able to pay for it. Meanwhile, Sif was keeping an eye on Alyssa and watching Donsig when he saw a man out the window with horns who raced into the building looking for Finn. Kind of rambled a lot, something about not being able to handle secrets, and then got real quiet when he noticed Sif. Wrote that they have a super awkward exchange, and he asked to leave a message for Finn before leaving. The party returned and gave Sif these like giant hoop earrings, which I'm super excited for, which dropped her down from 9 feet 2 inches to 5 foot 6 inches. Finn returns and Sif relays the message to him about Seraphina, the like half tiefling who entered the building, his mother, and Hadrian are doing something. Finn says that Vespa is a good person, so the date with the D might go well. And Seraphina, his mother, is a Violet sister. Like one of the head sisters.
Yeah, I believe that was confirmed. Yeah,
I wrote Orchid and crossed out Violet. There's a lot of flowers.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of flowers.
I'll blame Kiki. They shop, and at the Harbor Horde, the shopkeeper Kai kind of really matched the energy of Titian, who then proceeded to sell him 50 booze and a hat. Adim got 2 journals and Green got a shirt. We hit Glitter and Gold, which was way out of all of our price ranges. Like Jesus Christ. And then on their way to the 9 Secrets, they saw the Lord Mayor speaking to the crowd. he was telling everybody that somebody stole something, like a group of people stole something, and that if anyone wanted to step forward with any info, they should, and then no one stepped forward. And here we are, not stepping forward because we don't know anything. So,
anything we missed, Kay?
oh, five, like big old five head was there. That's right. What's his name? I don't remember
Cedric?
the mayor's name. Yeah, Cedric.
Cedric? Yeah.
With his it's his father is the mayor, and I didn't write his name down. I'm 100% honest.
Did you say that Ianthe was pickpocketed?
Oh no, I did not say that. Ianthe's innocence fell to the pickpocketing ways of Dair's Wharf.
Yep.
Then the only other thing I can think of is Joe also mentioned there's another Leonin leader of a gang, and that's the only other thing I think I have.
Yep. I believe you got a name. It was Larkin Cloudclaw, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Finn also said the name of the tiefling that came in. Yeah.
I think
one
I
person
think so.
nod.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. I didn't.
We know.
Yeah, I didn't write
I know
it
we
down.
know the name.
Cool.
I know the name.
Awesome. That
Brandon
was
But I
doesn't
Asher.
know the
don't
name,
know if we
but-
found it out in the game.
Asher. There he is.
Did we? Okay, so
I
that's
don't
wait.
think
Hold
he
on.
told
Time
us
out.
the
Time out.
name.
So only one person nodded their head, and so that's important to know. Do you guys know if that was said in game?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I think you told
got
us afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
gotcha. Okay, yep. Cool.
I
That
wrote
makes
it.
sense.
I don't even think I wrote it down.
Well, that works. Cool. Awesome. So, I think with all of that, also, was it 50 or was it 100 bottles?
It was 50.
It was 50.
I have 50 bottles of swill
Okay, you got it.
from Kai.
Incredible.
So
You know, next
specifically,
level I can swap out an infusion and learn how to make an alchemy jug.
you would save me money in space.
Don't
if you
bother.
did.
He's got 50 bottles of.
Yeah, I was
Swill.
gonna say you can hold on to that for at least a couple levels.
But then they
Um,
can make mayo.
I say if you could combine it, make like a jug of holding, and that way it just looks like one bottle, but it's actually 50. It looks
Just
like
50
it never
bottles.
empties. Yeah, it's
Uh,
a lot of alcohol.
I'll leave that work to the artificer. Cool. Oh, so without further ado, we will jump in. So, a question above board. As you were receiving this, you and the entire crowd was receiving this very. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Sorry, I hit the wrong music. Do you think you would want to be interacting with the NPCs that just said that, or would you wait for them to leave?
I don't know if I'd wait for them to leave, but I'd be talking to bystanders, like, what happened? Like, seeing if I can get
Cool.
some details. I'm not talking to them, because I'm actually probably trying to avoid them. You said Cedric's there, right?
Cedric is there. Yep.
Yeah, because we
Yeah, definitely staying out
didn't
of
go
his
to the
line of
inn
sight.
that he was like, oh, you should go.
Got it. Cool.
Thinks we're stupid.
You got it. I would say with advantage because of the crowd that you're in. Everybody roll me a stealth check.
Ooh, it's gonna be a 9 for me, dog.
Cool.
Advantage?
I'm keeping the dice tower. With advantage, I got a nat.
Oh, with advantage. Oh, that's right. That's right.
With advantage, I rolled a 22.
Ooh, I
Cool.
rolled a dirty 20.
24.
Alright.
15? Sorry.
15. Awesome. Yeah, no, great. Cool. So that is enough that as you see both Lord Eris and Cedric, you see Lord Eris actually gets up on his own horse as he leaves, and you see a bunch of guards that are you see a little bit more like a little shinier armor than the ones that you've seen kind of walking the beat of Dair's Wharf. Sorry, one second. It's just me, or if the music's just crazy loud. Just trying to find an even spot there. You guys hear the music okay?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay to me.
Okay. Cool. All right. For some reason, I have to turn it way down on my mix. Okay. So as you guys are watching them leave, you see the crowd kind of part ways, and there's murmurings, but there's not really any specific sort of conversation. I will say, Ianthe, you might start in like trying to kind of like bump elbows and try to find out what's going on. Maybe like as they're leaving. So we'll say with that, we'll say you bump into like an older human woman. You can see like kind of like silver hair peeking between like a very very tight sort of dark brown bonnet.
Goodness, that was quite the proclamation. I didn't see what happened. What's the
Oh.
commotion?
Yeah, the vault got robbed. The place that everyone has their money. At least those that aren't hiding it under their mattress. It's a pretty big deal. Also, there was apparently some sort of scuffle, and yeah, here we are.
Goodness. Did you have your money there? Do you need anything?
Oh, no, you're very sweet. She kind of like pats your hand. That's very sweet of you. You should leave. You should leave. You shouldn't be here. You're way too sweet. No, I have my money tucked away. Unless you're asking where my money is.
No, not at all.
Okay, well, thank you, dear. That's very kind of you. Too kind, honestly. I'm a stranger and you don't know who I am.
Just new to town.
I could tell. Also, don't immediately take my advice. You don't know if I'm telling you something that you don't, because I'm a stranger, and this is. Okay, well, I can see now that I guess I'm just babbling along. What was that?
No,
What do you need?
There was someone hurt? There's a lot of blood.
Yes, many people.
I'm so sorry, but Chelsea's super quiet.
I'll bring her up on my own.
Yeah, let me check my mic.
I can hear you okay, but more often than not, I have to turn you guys down, so that's totally fine. I brought you back up. You're at like 50%, so this should hopefully help.
Okay, how's that?
Good for me.
Much better.
Okay. I could start screaming, but then you hear it through Matt's headphones, and we don't need that.
Yes, there was
Lots of people were hurt, and that's
lots of people.
awful. And in broad daylight?
In broad daylight. Anthony, roll me a persuasion check. And I will say, I think you're probably wearing your dress, so feel free if that has any sort of things to it.
It takes an action to activate it, but yeah.
I'll say in this case you could do that.
Okay, if you say so. 17.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 17. You know who they say was involved?
Who?
Kara. She just stares blankly at you.
And who is Kara?
Oh, right. Yes, you're very green. Yes. Well, that's fair. That was, it was someone who was, let's just say, the talk of the town at one point about, give or take, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. She was very close to many of the leaders of the gangs around here. Specifically one, Hadrian. Hadrian is a leader of a local gang.
Yes, I believe I've heard.
You
the
know what a
name, but
gang is.
she's- I do.
Okay, great.
New to Dair's Wharf, not new to life in general.
I don't know what your life is. Maybe they don't have gangs where you're from.
They don't, actually, but I'm familiar all the same.
Great.
And I've heard the name Hadrian. I have not had the pleasure. That's probably for the best, I would think.
He is very suave. And as far as gang leaders go, he is more of the people sort of thing.
And this Kara is associated with him?
Well, the story goes that she was associated with him, and about 6 or 7 years ago, she disappeared for whatever reason, and he was heartbroken for many moons. Obviously, he got over it. I don't know if you knew the recent...
Yes, that's why I've heard the name.
Yes.
Yes. Clearly.
If I may say, she's a very lucky girl.
Well, good for her, and hopefully deserving of his ring. Maybe.
Well,
Was Kara
I mean,
working
yeah.
alone?
When?
Did you see anyone else? Did it change?
Oh, I didn't see. I wasn't here, and I was just, people talk,
Right.
I'll roll luck roll here.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were other people involved, but yeah, the story was that she showed up with a big bag of gold that had had the vault's sort of logo on it, and this story goes that she says, "I'm back, motherfuckers," and then she just disappeared.
Wow. She must be either very good or at least very confident. That's probably the
There's
most
a possibility.
thing I've ever heard.
There's a possibility that it's all talk, legends. I'm sure you've heard the legend of the Blackwater Banshee. You haven't heard the story of the Blackwater Banshee?
I don't think I have.
Okay. You're very confusing on what you know and what you don't.
Well, I mean, I've been here for, 12 hours, so I know some things, and I don't know other things, and I'm not... I'm learning as the day continues.
Well, the
And isn't
Blackwater
that all we can
Banshee.
hope for?
Yeah, I guess so. I just don't know what you don't know. But I'm here to talk. Sorry, by the way, my name is,
Could I
Yes?
purchase you a coffee, or I don't know what time it is, but
You
a
could
glass
get
of
me an
wine,
ale.
if you're so inclined. Great.
An ale. Or if you if you
Great.
have any swill, I'm not dead, so
I unfortunately do not have any swill.
okay,
I don't.
ale's fine. Yeah, let's go.
Great. Where should we
look
go?
around. So you're in like a
Wherever.
crowded area around. I will say.
I just feel like I'm grilling this one. I'm like, let me buy her a drink.
Yeah.
At least she's leave.
What's so assuming at some point you're kind of like trying to get some sort of insight. We'll say her name is say Luella. Luella is like I said, an old elderly human, and she's very like very prone to talk, but also like very much speaks on her mind, like speaks what's on her mind, obviously. And it kind of has that like vibe of like, if I think you're doing something that's weird, obviously I'm going to say so, but it doesn't change how I feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like that old person of like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm gonna say whatever I'm thinking, but I'm also happy to be talking to someone. So yeah, we'll say I'd say probably the easiest sort of space, like closest around, would be some sort of like street vendor. So yeah, so you grab drinks, and at this point, she's gonna roll a perception check. Sees people standing around you, but doesn't correlate the idea they're with you. She rolled a 3. What are the rest of you guys doing while this conversation is taking place?
I am probably nosing around looking for some of the things that I've been looking for, you know, places I could get scroll supplies, places I could get armor, places like that.
Okay, without the group?
Yeah, I would eventually get bored, probably.
Okay, you got it. Sweet. Roll me a survival check with advantage, because I believe you have what's the crazy intelligence thing?
Flash of
Mind.
genius.
Keen mind.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a net dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Cool. Awesome. And then so also I would like you to roll me a luck check.
Okay. Eight.
Awesome. Okay. Great. Biggs, are you trying to like kind of like sneak away from the group?
No, I'm just going off aimlessly, as is
Okay.
my style.
You got it. So we'll say in that case, because of the idea of the crowd that's around here, say it's a DC of 12 for anybody to notice Bix. But keeping in mind, in character, if you think that you were not paying attention to where Bix is, you wouldn't be paying attention to where Bix is.
I think Titian, to sort of piggyback off that,
Use me.
seeing the guard, Titian is not just necessarily focusing on Bix, but I think he's sort of focusing on the party as a whole and trying to clock where everyone is, so that, like, because in his mind he's thinking this could pop off, like guards mean danger.
Well, this is after that whole thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're pretty much gone.
Oh, after. Well, I mean, but like I think he's still like keeping tabs on it.
What do we have to be?
Okay.
Yeah.
12.
12.
Perception? I mean, it's 18 plus whatever, so.
Okay, I got 21.
21? Cool. Yeah, you both, I'll say with an 18 and 21, you see Bix, and then about a second later, you don't see Bix. Because there is a crowd here, so the idea of like Bix just like going like, all Bix has to do is just back up, and all of a sudden there's just legs in front of him. Yeah, you're aware that Bix is not with you.
Titian will start making his way to where he last saw Bix.
Cool, you got it. Yeah,
I'll
I mean,
follow them. I'll say
that perception check, like being immediately like aware, like, oh, Bix is not here. You can just kind of move through the crowd, and I'll say that perception check is allowing you to see like little goblin legs walking away.
Titian, hey, Bix. No, hold on, shit. What was his? Randy. What's his fake name? Shit, did he have a fake name?
I don't think so.
Rick Soldan. Bix. Goblin friends.
I love the idea that you just like you say Rick Soldan, and you're just like Bix, like.
Does she try to run up to and just like trying to tap Bix on the shoulder as he's trying to call out to him? Unless Bix turns around during all that.
I'd still walk and talk at the same time.
Okay.
Hi, hey, where are you going?
Shopping.
Oh, what are you going shopping for?
Well, I mean, Ianthe's here talking, and let's face it, I bring nothing to the table if we're talking. So I'm looking to get a few supplies while I'm out here. I'm trying to maximize our time.
Sure, I get that. I mean, but we gotta keep buddy system. You know what I mean? Like we gotta at least keep some tabs on each other.
Do we have to
let each
hold
other-
hands?
We get to hold hands if you want. I'll hold your hand. Yep.
You hear another passing, woman with a very like long, kind of like hooked, crooked nose, as like hair that kind of comes down in strands. And goes, "I'll hold your hand."
I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. I'll hold your hand too.
You feel a gnarled hand just grasp your hand. It doesn't say anything after that.
All right. Well, this is weird. I was just joking. I think I'm going to let go of your hand. I don't know you. Who are you exactly?
Give me 2 squeezes and I'll let go. Just quick
Can I-
squeeze.
Can I throw like an insight check to see?
No,
if she's
absolutely
trying-
not. Absolutely not. No.
I'm trying
You want me to
think
make her
if
go away, Dad?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, son. Ma'am, I'm
I'll
gonna.
vortex warper.
Okay.
You're gonna spend a spell slot to vortex warp this
I mean,
person? I love it.
Sure.
Where do you send her? I'm giving the narrative reins to Chris here. Where do you send her?
Well, I mean, I just gotta find. I got 50 feet to move her. If I could put her on a
Mm-hmm.
roof, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I love it. Cool. Hey, you put her on a distant roof. Help.
I mean, she'll never get her squeezes up there. All right, let's go, Bix.
Cool. Grian, do you follow?
Fuck. I'll probably just call to Tisha and be like, Cole, if you need anything.
Titian will just like Titian will call, Titian will acknowledge, and then also be like, maybe even through the stone, like, hey, we'll catch back up with y'all. Just keep in contact. We won't be long.
Okay.
And then as we're walking by, he's gonna whisper to Bix like, by the way, remember I'm Grant. When we're here, I'm going by Grant. Are you going by any sort of name right now, or?
I don't want to go by a gnome name like I did in Grifton.
Sure.
You can make one up for me.
Rick.
Rix. It is. Yeah, Rix.
Great.
Rix.
Amazing.
All right.
Rix is good.
Let's go ahead and go get this, Ricky. I love it.
Already changing the name. Where are you guys? Where's the first place you want to head to?
I'm not wanting to go too in depth because I'm not trying to abandon the party.
Well, you already did that. That's
Well,
what
I
you
mean,
did.
like,
So you got to tell me where you're going.
I'm looking for a place I could get a shield.
Cool. You got it. Sweet. You do see that there is a shop. Looking around, that you see that has a kind of emblazoned sort of logo of a shield and a curved sort of scimitar on top of it, and then on top of that there is there's just a logo of like lips and fingers to them on top of that.
Any name or just a picture?
Just a picture.
Okay, and I go.
You got it. So you head in there. Cool.
Mhm.
We'll pause you there. I assume, Sif, you're staying with Ianthe.
Yeah.
You got it. Cool. Sif, is there anything specific that you're looking for as we now have that party split?
First of all, would Alyssa go with Bix? I assume so. Or would she stay with us?
Alyssa and Donzig are not here.
Oh, that's right. They stayed back there.
Yeah.
Cool.
They stayed back there
Yeah,
with
I would
Ewolf.
just kind of guard dog Ianthe.
Cool.
So just stand a couple feet behind and just watch the crowd and just kind of be a guard dog. Especially as if people start to split up.
You got it. Sweet. So I think Sif, give me a perception check. And I'm going to say this is happening while the like Grian, Tishin, and Bixeldan thing happened.
Okay. 17.
17. With a 17, you see a familiar figure in the crowd, looking like he was probably there for a while, wearing that kind of like typical sort of like hood to kind of disguise himself, but you can see that very like thick green skin as you see Isolde is walking away towards the shore, so going south. You're muted.
Oh, is Grian staying back?
Grian, like this happened while this whole interaction happened between Grian and Tishian and Bix. So you're the only one that would have noticed this because they're paying attention to. You know what I'm saying?
Was Grian gonna stay with us or go with them?
I'd say like obviously you're not entirely sure until you see Grian does walk back, right? So.
If I see Grian walking back, I'm just gonna look at Grian and be like, "Be right back," and I'll try to follow Isolde.
Okay, you got it. Awesome. And just like that, we have split the party in 3. By the way,
always
brought to you by
happen.
Ritalin. Thank you.
yeah. By the way, Luella, Luella takes you to a second location. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no! Let's be real. Adim is sticking with me. Like, he's not going anywhere.
Yes, Adim, for the sake of simplicity, will be sticking with Ianthe. Awesome. So we will run these in tandem as they go on. Clinton's jumping in, stating very true words. Always works out. Cool. So as you guys split off, we'll start kind of from like moving back to where we were originally, and then kind of splitting into each thing. But this is where we get into that like timey-wimey while this is going on sort of thing. So Ianthe, you were talking with Luella. I will say, as Luella starts to explain to you, the story of the Blackwater Banshee kind of has this like typical sort of lore vibe of an ethereal figure that would sing in the dead of night, and children seem to be lured to the shore around her and then was never seen again. I'd say from her retelling of it. Okay, cool. Of her retelling of it, she tells you that it was 5 children that went missing. And then as she continues to talk about it, she refers to like, and the 3 children that went missing, as you get the idea of like the story now isn't entirely clear of how many children it was. But yeah, it's you get a full like local legend lore. And this happened, like when you ask like when this happened, she's like, oh, tens of years ago. And that's, yeah, go ahead.
What does this have to do with Kara? What does this have to do with Kara? You were sort of talking about Kara, and then you brought this up. And is
Oh,
she
nothing.
the
I think
Blackwater
just
Banshee?
no. She's not.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think we were talking about legends.
Legends, sure. That makes more sense now.
Are you gonna finish
The
that?
urban. No, all yours. Have at it.
Thank you.
Do they have wine here?
Oh, sure. There's a wine vendor just out further north, kind of near the vial.
Oh, but not here.
Well, I mean, it's not too far. It's just over there. Are you asking for me to go with you?
Exactly.
I have all the time in the world. You want to go? Let's go.
Oh, I shouldn't wander too far away. from my friends.
As you turn and look back, yeah.
Where'd they all go?
And you see just Grian and Adim.
Hi.
Adim goes, they went that way.
Okay. What do we do now? Luella, any interesting sights we should see in the city?
Oh,
Besides the wine bar, apparently?
well, if you want to get close to the heights, there is the gate. You can look in and see a little bit of the high society. That is, at least from a distance, that's kind of interesting. Some of the shops are interesting if you have the money. But that's about it. Oh, some of the the Abbey district has some cool architecture if you're into that sort of thing.
Great. Any theaters, museums, botanical gardens?
Yes, there is actually.
Oh,
there is
That's surprising.
there is a garden, the Garden of Blood.
It's a botanical garden?
Yep,
Well, this
It's
I
in
have
the-
to see.
it's in the Abbey.
Well, this I have to see. Anyone want to go sightseeing? While everyone else is gone? While my back was turned for 5 minutes?
Speak up.
Wait, Luella,
Hmm?
respectfully, I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, I was just helping you, and they're not saying anything to you. So.
I think it's literally just like Ianthe and Adim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's Ianthe. Oh, that's right. Sif is gone.
And I
That's
was-
right.
yeah. And like
I'm yelling to my own current NPC right now. Incredible. Adim just Adim
Any
goes.
temples you want to go see?
I
Want to go back to the docks, check on the ship? I don't know what to do. We've no.
I thought we were all going together to get supplies.
I thought so too, and then everyone left. So
Okay. All right. Well,
you go find Daphne.
yeah, let's do that. Luella, it was a pleasure meeting you. Enjoy your drink. And it just kind of gives you the like. And Luella just kind of looks at you like, oh, okay. I thought we were
Thank
going
you
on a
for
date.
for
Date, okay.
the. Well, thank you for the stories and
Mhm.
the gossip. Always a pleasure to meet a local in this way. Here, and I'll give her like a silver, and just be like, buy yourself as many
What's this
drinks
for?
as you want. Just keep drinking. It's on me. I'm appreciative of the information you've given me.
Do you think I need to get paid for this? Like some common whore?
No.
I'm just kidding. I'll take it. Thank you, dear. And you see her turn and walk off.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Why is everyone in this town so weird? It's not me, is it? Is it me? It's not me.
I don't know. Not as many people talk to me.
I know. Okay.
Well, where do we go to see Daphne?
We go somewhere where no one will bother us while I call her.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I'm sure there's some alleys around here that are dangerous.
Great. You keep watch.
And Ianthe, give me a luck roll.
Okay. Ten.
10. Nice. Okay, cool. We're going to pause you there. So, Titian and Bix. You head into the shop that looks to probably have a shield that you're looking for. As you walk in, you see around a display of weaponry, all looking very it's a little bit more sparse than you assumed it would be, and they all seem to be very like display level. Like they're not for sale; they're decorative. And you see that there is just a very like simple simple counter with a figure that is extremely menacing looking. I apologize, I don't have the picture for them. But you see a black dragonborn, obsidian-like scales, and very dark, I don't say dark, very intense crimson eyes.
Go into the counter.
Tishian will just back up Bixel. Then Tishian doesn't know what Bix is here for. I don't feel like unless Bix was like, I'm gonna buy a shield. I think Tishian's just tagging along.
You see the dragonborn kind of like looks down, clearly sees you, but doesn't say anything, and just looks in your direction. You see that like kind of intense sort of glare.
I'll climb up onto the counter so I can look in my die. Do you have any shields for sale?
Yes. And as he says that, you hear this, like, you actually feel because you're looking him eye to eye, you actually feel this like hot breath like go on to you. That's like not like just like gross breath, it's like flame breath almost.
Wow, that was something. Hey, I happen to have it on authority that one of the finest thrown weapon masters in Imea is in Dair's Wharf right now. They call him the Heart Ripper.
There's Chelsea.
I am looking for a very well-made, but not enchanted, buckler.
No response.
Do you have a code word?
No.
No, you don't have a code word, or no, you don't have a buckler?
I'm answering the only question you've asked me.
Do you have a well-made buckler that is not enchanted?
Yes.
May I see it? Please.
Yes. And you see him like just back away. He doesn't turn to like walk away until about like 3 steps back, and then just like moves behind a curtain.
I'll go back to look at and I'll whisper to Tishian, do you think I intimidate him?
I mean, I think yes. I think in a lot of ways you do. Yeah, I think he's very. He definitely seems lost for words, if that makes sense.
Am I coming off too strong? I'm trying to be nicer.
I don't know if it's strong. I mean, you're coming across as really confident, and that's never a bad thing, you know.
That is a skill I could be working on.
Yeah. No, I think it's. I mean, it's just you're a person that knows what you want right now. I mean, it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I heard you asking, what do you want a buckler for?
Do you know how many times I've seen a Dean get knocked down in a battle? As in knocked out?
He's constantly. That's every battle. Every battle he's knocked down. He stays.
And I know he likes to have his hands free.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is I can get him a buckler and give it a little bit of a Bix touch, and it can help keep him up a little bit longer.
Sure. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. He something that just can still he can still be a little dexterous and bounce around here and there, but just yeah.
And he can use his trident with both hands if he needs to.
Yeah, I mean that's actually a really smart idea. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. that's
Oh,
cool.
so you're looking for something that isn't something he would be holding, something that
I'm
he'd
looking
be
for
wearing.
a buckler that would, like, that would attach. Usually they're smaller, which is fine, but
Okay.
it's something you'd have an archer would use.
Okay. That is a little different. Give me a second.
So is that everything that we're looking for in here? Is there anything?
Oh, I'm looking for more stuff, but I'm good going back after this.
I mean, is there? I mean, Bix, I gotta ask: is there anything that you want? Like you're buying something for a demon that's really nice, but what are you looking for yourself?
I'm looking for scroll supplies, and I want to go read.
Sure. Okay. Well, why don't we go do that next? Let's go find. Where would we find scroll supply? What are scroll supplies? You mean like a pen and ink, or?
Well, usually you have to have well-made paper and good ink. You can't just like get something off the street that you would use to make, I don't know, some kind of tawdry literature.
I got you. Sure. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. So maybe we should go to a. Would that be
Usually
like
some kind of magical supply store. I'm not looking for actual magical items, but I need the good paper and the good ink. Maybe like place you would get a spell book or something like that.
Yeah, I think we heard of one. It's supposed to be really expensive though, but like we can go there next. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think,
Bix, roll me a luck roll, please.
12.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you see this figure come back with a small, very well handcrafted, like hand hammered buckler, all metal. Like a deep silver, like iron and silver.
Do you think this goes with this aesthetic?
yeah, no, I think yeah. I mean, it's it's mysterious and it's molder. It's perfect for him.
Perfect. Okay, sir. What is your name, by the way? If you don't mind telling me.
He's telling you right away. Joe is looking for it. He tells you his name. I will get back to you on that one. I don't know why I don't have it in front of me.
Is there? Can I ask Joe? Is there he's obviously a butch muscle. Is it apparent that he's the person that forges this stuff?
Not apparent. And actually, like, notably, I think we talked about this last session, but we might not have, so I apologize. As you walk in, right, being like what you assume to be a blacksmith or armory or whatever, or weaponsmith, you usually hear and feel a forge. Like you hear the sound of like banging metal. The person that is behind the counter is usually someone that is not very personable and is most likely very muscular or whatever. This dragonborn, while large, is just in full I think probably wearing something like a kimono, and you do not hear anything. It's actually weirdly quiet in here.
Because Titian's thinking of a question to ask him, and he kind of wants to ask him.
And why are you holding back? That is so unlike you.
I'm just getting ready to jump in.
Okay.
I was waiting for his name. Hey, you mind me asking? I gotta ask if that's all right. You're a dragonborn, right?
Yes.
And you can breathe fire? Like, you can breathe fire from your mouth?
Yes.
So, do you
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you use your fire to, make these metal weapons and stuff? Is that the fire you use as a smith?
No.
Okay. Do you think if you did do that, you would also get like a bunch of spit on these items and it would be like really gross?
He looks at you. You notice at this point in the time, he has not blinked at all in this conversation. As you see him kind of like tilt his head to the side. That's not how that works.
Is that it's you don't hold on, so when you breathe fire, you're telling me when you breathe fire, you also don't spit just a little bit? Because like when I'm talking, even when I'm talking now, there's like little bits of spit right there, like it just happens.
I have no need for salivary glands.
Even for digestion?
No.
This is fascinating. First, I figure you would breathe acid and you breathe fire, and I find that fascinating. And you don't need salivary glands. How do you digest?
Yeah. What do you eat?
Many things.
Like scrambled eggs, or people.
So how much for the buckler?
Yeah, for the buckler, he's going to tell you 300 gold.
And it's not enchanted.
Correct.
I'm asking him this question. It's not enchanted.
For a buckler,
Yeah.
because it's something that is allowing you to be able to wear on the forearm. First off, a buckler can be, just for the record, a buckler can be a shield that you hold.
That's true.
So that's originally what I thought you meant. So wearing it as like a forearm sort of thing, which we're going to assume that this figure, by the way, whose name is Drakthal. I'll put it in chat. To have it be able to be worn on the forearm, there is some sort of factors that come into play there where instead of having it as +2
Bix would
AC,
know
it'd
that's
be...
not common.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
I
so.
wouldn't be shocked. Okay, so let me go back a little bit on that. Sold.
Okay. You got it?
And I'll hand him 300 gold pieces.
Good. Like looks at it on the counter, just looks back up at you, puts the shield. Just every movement is very like
Calculated.
It's not even really calculated. It's just like you feel like you're talking to an alien. Like nothing seems quite right. Like even his responses seem to be like things that like you feel like he may have heard at one point in time and is just taking a computer in his brain and trying to kind of like send it back out. Yeah, it's very alien-like.
Will you answer 2 more questions from me? I can't promise he won't ask any.
Mm. Yeah, I got more than 2, but yeah, you go ahead and go first.
What's the name of your establishment? I didn't see words, I just saw pictures.
Silent Steel.
How apropos. And would you know of a nearby arcane supply type establishment?
For artifacts?
No, for arcane, for scroll making, for example.
The Arcane Archives.
Thank you.
Thank you. Takes the money. Doesn't remove eye contact from you.
So Drakthal, what would you do? You sell weapons to everybody in town?
Yes.
Do you sell weapons to like do you sell weapons to the gangs and stuff like that as well?
Yes.
What sort of weapons do the gangs buy in Dair's Wharf? Do they just buy regular swords and stuff? Or do they buy weird stuff? What do they get? Is there a gang of just bucklers?
They buy typical weapons that can be concealed for their crimes.
Like what do you mean by concealed? Do you mean like little knives, or do you mean like do you do special like
a wrist
hidden
pocket?
stuff?
I'm sorry, that was the third question.
That was the fourth question.
Third from me.
You asked if you could ask a question.
Gosh, you got me on my own one.
How very poo, yeah.
Tishy, roll me an insight check.
Trying to use a word that Bix just used in a smart way. Said insight? Oh, that's not super great. I think my insight, sorry, I'm waiting for my screen to come up. I want to say my insight's a 4. Yeah, that's an 11.
11. Cool. With an 11, you get the idea that this figure, again, that kind of like alien-like response, is willing to answer any questions, but any sort of extended response doesn't really seem to work well. You feel like you have to be pretty specific in your questions.
Are there any weapons that you have that you aren't showing to the public, that you only sell to like the gangs? And if so, can we see those?
None of our weapons are shown to the public in this store until they're needed.
Well, can you still show me like the kind of weapons you sell to the gangs? Those hidden weapons? Alright.
They are in the hands of the thieves and the murderers.
Okay.
Fifth question. So what kind of weapons do you sell?
I don't understand the question.
I'm going to quit counting the questions I'm asking. Do you sell weapons here?
Yes.
Good. Who do you normally sell your weapons to? The gangs?
Not always.
Okay. Do you have a catalog?
That's a good question. Yes.
May we see it?
No.
May we buy it?
No.
Please. I'm just saying, please, can we buy it?
Can we
No.
have one?
Have one what?
Have one catalog? Like, will you just give us
No.
one? Okay.
Do you know any other answers besides no and yes? Sorry, that was
Yes.
that was rude of me. I apologize. I'm sorry, Track Call.
Carrying that inside check, he doesn't seem to understand the rudeness.
So how do people know what they can buy from you?
They ask.
Grant, is there anything you're looking for?
I mean, not. I mean, I'm set up. I feel like I'm pretty good on stuff that I have. I think I'm fine on that. I more or less, I just wanted to know if there was like, just kind of what kind of weapons are out on the streets, so I can keep an eye out for them and stuff like that. And,
What is your most commonly sold weapon?
swords.
Do you sell magical weapons? Or enchanted weapons?
Yes.
What kind of magical weapons do you have?
I don't understand the question.
Well, Tishian's gonna pull out the +1 sword that he has. Like, do you have weapons like this? Or do you have weapons like stronger than this? Weaker? Like, what kind of...
What is the question?
Do you have weapons that are just basically enchanted, or weapons that have special enchantments in them that give them specific purpose, other than killing people?
Yes.
You have both.
Yes.
Tishian will put back a sword. And he'll lean down and I think whisper into Bix's ear, I'm at loss. I'm done. I don't know what else to... I gotta be honest with you. I like him a lot, but I don't know what else to ask him.
Why don't we go?
Let's hey Drakthal?
Yes.
Draki? I gotta tell you, and Tishian's gonna reach into his bag of holding. He's gonna pull out 1 bottle of swill, and this is gonna become a thing. I appreciate your time. I'm gonna give this to you right now. This is a bottle of not great alcohol, but it'll get the job done. But it's just a gift from me to you because I've just really enjoyed meeting you. You're a really fun person. I just want you to know that.
You are leaving this on my counter.
No, I'm giving that to you. That's a gift. You can drink it and get right fucked.
I have no need to get right fucked.
I mean, keep it all the same. You know, it's fine.
Is there something I can roll to see if he's an automaton?
Roll me an investigation check.
21.
21. You are wondering that for sure. You do see that, like, I'll say, like, taking from your, like, artificer sort of knowledge, you do see that, like, anything that an automaton does has purpose, typically, right? Even if that purpose is to seemingly look like they're not an automaton. You do notice, like, from your vantage point, like even like kind of like peeking behind the counter, you do see that there is a long onyx black tail that is kind of like draped somewhat sort of like around, like it's like kind of like laying on the floor, like kind of curled up a little bit around him, and you see that it's like flicking ever so slightly. Roll below a 20 would tell you that there's a possibility that's just because they want him to look like one. With that, you notice that flick does seem to be rather elaborate. It's unlikely that this is an automaton.
Unlikely. Okay. My next question was, is he breathing?
He is breathing, yeah.
Okay.
You felt the hot breath on you.
Yeah, but it could have been just a bellow or something.
Right. Sure. I love it.
Well, I guess we're off. Rix, I guess we're going to the Arcane...
Archives.
Arcane Archives. We're going to Arcane Archives now.
Right, you might want to tell Brienne where we're going.
Yep, I'll tell Brienne, I'll tell Gianthe, and I'll tell Lift that we are going to the Arcane Archives. Yep.
Okay. His eyes are just darting between the two of you, trying to understand whether or not he's included in this conversation.
We're leaving Drakthal, but I gotta be honest with you, and I'm gonna say this. I hope you have a good day, and I hope I see you later tonight at a friendly bar situation.
What bar are you
I'm getting
hoping
the fuck
to see me at?
I'm getting out of here. I'm getting.
Yeah, and you leave, of course. As you leave, you take like a quick look back, and you notice that the the swill that you have put on the counter has not moved. He hasn't looked at it, hasn't touched it. There's a possible chance that as you walk out, it stays there for ever, as far as you know. But you walk back out into the crowd.
And well, before we finish, I look at Tishy and just say, "That was exhausting," and then we leave.
That was, I mean, just wouldn't stop that guy. Let me tell you.
Just talk. Cool.
Before we go on, Tishian will make it a note to use the stone and tell everyone where they're heading, so everyone should get an update as to where we're going.
You got it. Green, where were you going again? My brain just broke.
Nowhere. Everyone just kind of abandoned me. Like literally, like they took off, then they took off, and then Sif took off, and
I
it's
have
just
been
me.
texting
wait.
Matt. I'm like, isn't Green with you? Where did Green
Yeah,
go?
I said that, and then you told me that I think you're just talking to Adim.
No, because I told Tishian, I was like, okay, just call us if you need anything. And then I kind of just assumed Adim went off with Anthony to the old lady. So it was like me and Sif, and then Sif saw
okay.
Azad and was like, I'll be
Hold
right
on.
back. And so Green's
Time-wise,
okay.
no. Time-wise, that's not what happened. You guys went with Ianthe to that spot of the bar, or that spot of the thing, and then broke off. So you're with Ianthe. Unless you don't want to be.
I honestly assumed that Ianthe just like walked off with this old woman, and I was like, again? Like she's just...
Well, we'll ask this. Green, where do you want to be?
I assumed that I was just standing there by myself.
You guys are so passive. It's crazy.
I assumed I was standing by myself, like probably in front of the 9 secrets, right? Because that's where we were when everything broke out.
You got it. Love it.
Okay. Green?
So yeah, we'll start with Green then. Green, you look around. Everybody is gone.
Yeah.
You're not really sure how it happened, but you were alone.
That's just his thought process. He's like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. But not wanting to get too far from where Sif left, he'll head into the 9 secrets.
Cool. You got it.
That way I'm close by.
Sweet. As you head into the 9 secrets, where are you at? Very different than Vesper's place, the Velvet Veil. You notice that this shop is overstuffed with bits and baubles. As you walk in, I think it takes you about a good solid like 5 seconds before you realize that in the like tapestry of different items, brightly colored, looking, from anywhere from like tomes to like weird looking orbs, figures of like spun gold that look like it'd be in like weird sort of statuette figurines. You see there, like on the like very like far like backside of the rather small shop is 2 rather large. They're like hanging almost like boxing gloves, but they look like they're very large, like ironclad, essentially cestises. Is it just cestus if it's plural? Cestus? Yeah, I think it is. And you see that there is, I think I have to put it in. You just see a cat that is, I'd say probably sitting on like a shelf, just like staring at you. You notice there's a heterochromia thing with, you see, I believe it's 1 green eye and 1 yellow eye. I'll pull him up in a second. There we go. And like I said, so the like 3 to 5 seconds you recognize, all of a sudden you don't hear anything outside. You don't hear anything at all.
Hello? Is there anybody here?
You hear a voice in your head. Yes.
Edgrid's probably having Ianthe be in his head a few times. He'll respond back just in his head. I was hoping are you the shopkeeper?
Yes, I am. Welcome to Nine Secrets. What can I find for you?
I was looking for something that can transport creatures easy.
Okay. So one important part of this, Grian, is that you don't see anyone but the cat. So are you talking to the cat when you say this?
He's probably just looking around.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
No, that was it.
Or repeat yourself because I missed that last part.
I was looking for something to help transport creatures discreetly. And I don't mean in like a human trafficking kind of way. I just mean like it's hard to walk around with so many things, you know?
I knew what you meant. Looking for something intensely wrapped in arcane energy that can transfer you from one dimension to another.
Yeah, I guess like a little pocket dimension, just something small.
Is there a specific dimension you would like to visit? The Hells, the Ethereal Plane, Mount Celestia.
It's not really to visit, just some place to hold, like a bag of holding, but a little bit bigger, and the thing inside of it can survive, kind of deal.
You see the cat on the shelf, who has not stopped staring at you, now looks away and starts walking expertly on the shelf that is filled with items, but you see him just kind of like expertly kind of move through. You see like the tail itself is like kind of like flicking back and forth. You see him kind of like pounce down to the back end of the shelf. Am I to understand that you came here for a portable hole?
I don't know. To be perfectly honest, I just had kind of a concept in my head of what I was looking for.
Be specific on what you need. You do not need to travel to Mount Celeste. You are looking for a spatial spell, one of the easiest spells there is in the whole material plane, and you are looking for me to provide it to you. Is there anything that I'm missing?
I mean, you or someone. I'll be quite honest. It's been really difficult for my friends and I to afford a lot of things in the city besides breakfast. And he'll like notice that the cat, like as the voice has been going on, the cat's been like focused, and now he's sitting right in front of him. So he'll talk down to the mental talk down to the cat.
Okay. Cool. You see the cat that just kind of goes and just like licks his paws. Puny, insignificant. A trite abuse of my powers. Oh, I'm mad because we can hear Jack, but Jack, the rest of
No, that's mine. I just
Oh, is
have
it?
my door shut, so
the...
God forbid
On
I offend this cat.
cue. On cue. We got Jack. I'm not going
Hey.
to.
Well, I don't mean any offense or anything. I just
Few do that come into the shop and ask for such paltry items.
I'm.
And now you see the cat is full cleaning himself in front of you.
I mean, honestly, it's to hold a dog, if you know, just to like get them out of.
You see the
sight.
cat look up.
If you understand my plea here.
I'm sorry. Is that supposed to be funny?
Nope. Actually, it's less of a dog and more of like a hellhound type creature. So it's gonna get bigger. I just need it to be out of
Destroyed.
sight. Out of sight. Still alive. I remember I mentioned that bit in the beginning.
Am I a joke to you? You see the cat kind of turns his head a little bit.
I honestly wish I was joking, but it's about this tall now, and walking through the city with it's getting a little bit complicated. Look, I do healing magic, not like the illusionary thing. I just have to describe it. I can't.
You're looking for something to be able to make your beast smaller.
Yeah. I was thinking more, I guess, pocket dimension thing that I can pull him out of whenever we are in the clear.
You put a being in pocket dimension and you close it. Oxygen becomes very small and finite resource. You would need to put it somewhere where air is plenty. Might I suggest the 9 hells?
Can I call it back from the 9 hells?
If it survives.
Oh boy. And then I guess smaller and less noticeable. Again.
Grian, roll me whatever check you'd like, either an insight or persuasion. It's up to you.
Alright. That's it's a 9 for persuasion.
Okay. I can make the thing you ask, but with a chance that you will bring something out that will look a little different.
Like he goes in and comes out different, or like I pull something else out of my hat?
What other way would that work?
I don't know. I came in here by myself.
You feel a weird sort of point where actually at this point, as the cat has finished full cleaning himself, like let your mind wander. That's what happened. And you see him drop down, and you hear like a slight like as it comes down, and like starts to walk, stalking towards you. This cat is cat-sized, and you've never felt intimidated by a cat before in your life. But I think there's a little bit of like a like RP-wise, there's a point where you're like, I don't know what I want, and this cat is super freaking me out right now.
Oh. Okay.
You have a choice, my Azimar friend. Would you trust a cat to enclose a canine? and not make it suffer.
I would trust an honest and benevolent being to treat others as fairly and kindly as they would want to be respected themselves.
The concept of honesty. Such a human trait. 10,000 gold.
I mean, like I said, we having a hard time affording things here, but I appreciate the heads
Might
up.
I suggest selling the beast?
No.
Sounds like a rather large dog. Seems to be best in someone else's hands.
You know, honestly, not the first being to say that to us. Probably won't be the last. But I think for right now, we're gonna keep him. I appreciate the help. And thank you for your time.
Good luck out there, Grian.
Thanks.
And you see the cat turn and walk back, full showing his butt.
Cool. I'll probably take a couple more ganders around the shop, just like, oh, like look, and as I'm like backing out to the door.
Mm-hmm. I'll say, roll me an Arcana check. DC 20.
That's a dirty 20. Yeah, fucking
Nice.
16
Cool.
plus 4.
Awesome. Sweet. Give me 1 second. Give you some sort of idea of what we're working with here.
Also, because Green's been to Dair's Wharf quite a few times, he's not trying to hide himself. He would assume that if he ran into anyone he knew, there it is.
Why would you say that? Why? I'm confused on why you're saying that right now. What am I missing here?
Like, not surprised that the cat would like know his name. He's just like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's not some man he met in a bar. It's just a cat.
I'd say you also kind of get the idea that this cat probably doesn't get out much. So
100%, yeah.
Yeah, it's unlikely he knows your name because of talk around town. As you heard the voice in your head.
Right, yeah. Like the 2 and 2 together are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 1 second. Where is it? Well, as I am looking for it, I'll give you a specific list during the break of some things that you notice. But you also notice that everything here seems to be extremely magical in ways of everything looks like as you start to sense the magic that is coming off of some of these items, you feel like it's never been so easy to feel that sort of aura, which gives you the idea that whatever is in here is mostly custom enchanted, and very pricey, and most likely very pricey, I guess there's to say. But yeah, I'll find that one. I don't know why I'm having trouble finding it.
Okay.
What do you do?
I've already thanked him for his time.
Mm-hmm.
So
There it is.
So knowing that it would, I don't know. I feel like I don't quite have the answer. I think he's.
What's the answer you're looking for?
I wanted him. a D&D version of a Pokeball, but I don't think I got that.
He told you 10,000 gold.
Right. And I'm broke. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I do know where we could rob 35 grand from, but as a character, I
Maybe.
have no idea.
If they still have it.
Oh, that's right. It is like 15 hours later. I think I'm going to just kind of go back outside.
Okay.
To see where everybody was.
You got it. Cool. You head back outside, and you've never really like felt more happy to hear the sound of a large crowd of people as you come back out, and it just feels like you were possibly just not even aware of like how off-put you were
Quiet.
with the deafened quiet sound. Cool. Sweet. We'll pause you there. All right. So we are now going with Sif. So first off, Sif, give me a either perception or survival, your choice, to tail Isolde.
Perception for sure. We're an 11.
Okay. Okay. You are noticing that I'd say for about a solid 20 seconds, you realize that hood has now disappeared into other hoods in the crowd. And then you're pretty sure you spot it like about 30 to 40 feet ahead for a second. But I'd say in this instance, you get the feeling of like, if I'm going to try to keep up with him, I'm going to probably have to make my presence known to him.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't try to hide. So I'll just...
Actually, that's a good point. Roll me a stealth check. As you still look like Seth.
Okay. I wasn't trying to hide from him, though.
I'm not talking about him.
Oh, fuck. It's disadvantage, right? Because of my stupid hammer.
Yeah.
7.
7. Cool. Awesome. What was your perception check that you had originally?
11.
11.
Oh, originally it was a 17 when I first saw him.
No, sorry. In this conversation, like this part of the conversation, it's
11.
Cool. You got it. One of the things that does kind of become distracting to you is that you do notice that as you kind of like peer like sort of side eye from the guards that are around the street, you notice one kind of peering at you closely and then leans towards another guard and starts to whisper something.
I will just kind of hunch down and try to look a little smaller
Mm-hmm.
and catch up to the hood.
Okay, you got it. I'm gonna say in the idea of going lower, kind of crouching into the crowd, moving a little faster. You are about 90% sure that you are nearing the hood of what would be Isolde.
As soon as I get close, I'll just try to like kind of run in front, just be like, "Hey!"
Cool. You see as the figure turns around, you immediately recognize not Isolde. As you see, there is an orc. Looks around. And goes, I'm sorry. Do I know you?
No, you don't. I was just gonna say that's a really nice cloak you got there, and I just wanted to compliment you. And I will be going now.
Okay. You turn back around and you feel, as you turn back around, you feel a shoulder bump into you, and you hear a voice in your ear that goes, "Follow me."
I will do that.
And you see a very similar coat to what the figure you turned around on. As Isolde figured out that you were tailing him and ducked out and came back around. Isolde brings you to an alleyway that you see a figure, like kind of like a scrawny looking man is being held up by two other like hulking figures. One being you see like this like kind of like deep blue skin. This other one like, has a beard that like almost seems to like come down to his like belly button, but they're like one of them is just like holding this guy up like to the wall by the neck and has like a knife out, and you hear a conversation. You see Isolde just walk right past them.
I will walk right past him.
You got it.
Not my business.
As you go deeper, going away from the Sharps and going into the South Warrens. As you get to a rather larger street, you see this like, you know, kind of, it's still cobblestone, but it's really like misshapen and like in odd, weird ways. You notice that like looking around, most of the windows in this area seem to be like broken or dirty, or it's a rough part of town, but it's a main street. As you are continuing with Isolde. Why were you telling me?
Hi, Sif, by the way. You might not recognize me. I was on the docks.
I recognize you.
Awesome. You were the only one that kind of wasn't trying to arrest or kill us, and I know that we are looking for work, and you look like someone who might be able to employ us, and you also look like a friendly face, so I wanted to say hi.
I guess I'll have to work on that. I do have work if you're interested.
Always.
Weren't you taller yesterday?
Yes. By quite a bit.
Well, step into my office. And you see him move to another alley, of which there is no one there. You see like a rat kind of like scuttle around, like kind of goes like between your legs and kind of goes off into this like sewer that's down the side here. And you see him kind of like perch himself up against the wall, kind of like leaning back, puts a leg up as he surveys you and just goes, gotta say, I'm surprised you're the one that's coming to me. I assumed your Leonin friend was the talker.
Oh, he is. I don't know why I'm here alone. But here we are.
It's extremely unsafe.
I mean, I can handle myself in a fight.
I don't doubt that. The other question is of your loyalty. How do I know that I can trust you?
Because I've never been in this town before, and you're the only one that I found trustworthy, I guess. And I'm looking for more.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Don't put me. 13.
13. I gotta be honest, I do have work. I don't know if it... Do you get any smaller?
I'm not the magical type, but I have some magical friends that could probably work that out.
What I'm looking for requires some finesse and subterfuge. Are you familiar with the Heights, specifically the North Heights?
I think I saw them when I was flying around the other day.
Place where the rich get to look down on us folk. There is a meeting going on between a very dangerous man and a very dangerous politician. I would like to know what they're talking about.
That's not something I could do, but I know a few in my party who would be very capable of something like that.
Well, perhaps you could pass along the message.
Happily.
I will be at the Blackwater Banshee Inn tonight. I will hear and answer that. But, Sif, if I believe I'm being double-crossed, there are a lot of friends in that bar. Do we understand each other?
Perfectly.
Very good. Be careful. The guards were looking at you.
Thank you.
Do you need help getting back?
No, I'll find it. I'm a quick learner. No, sorry.
Head that way. He's gonna tell you anyway. He's gonna just keep walking that way.
Thank you.
Keep your head down. Or up, depending on how you want to deal with things.
Thank you. I'll put my hood up and just clay.
Okay, you got it. As you walk back, give me a luck roll.
Middle of the road tonight, 14.
14. 14's not bad. 14. I think there's a moment where you do see, say mechanically that passes, but for RP's sake, because that's really fun, you see a figure comes up to you, a small halfling male. You can see like his, he's got this like spittle on the side of his face that you can't really, you're not really sure if he notices it or not, but he has a knife at you. Goes, "Where you going, bub?"
Away.
What's that behind your? Is that a hammer?
I mean, it's 3 feet taller than me, but yeah.
You have a good day. And you see him back off into the darkness, just disappears. Cool. And with that, Sif, I would like a survival check to try to make it to anyone you know.
This -1's gonna do me real good right now, guys. That's a 0.
Oh, no. Okay, we'll come back to that. Incredible. All right.
I would love to point out that I was literally going to be like, hey, you should take the stone so we can communicate. And then...
Here we are.
although I guess technically she does have mine, so... but she has no idea what it does. No, she does. Because we talked about it, right?
Here's the issue here. The roll was made.
Yeah, no, I was just... yeah.
Yep. So we'll say for the sake of simplicity, it was not explained to Seth. And we'll say when and if you do meet back, you explain. Cool. All right. So now with that, we switch back to Ianthe and Adim. As you are finding a quiet alleyway to be able to reach out to Daphne.
Okay. Sure. I guess I'll just stand guard looking tough.
Yep, that's exactly where we left off with you.
Keep an eye out. That's pretty much exactly how that conversation went.
Okay.
And I will pull out my mirror and I will call Daphne.
Okay, you got it. You try to contact Daphne, and in this moment, right now, you do not get a reply.
Shit. I hate it when she does this. I'm gonna do what I do when I call my grandma. I'm gonna call a second time in case she didn't hear me.
Fair enough. I like it. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So you do get a voice and a face on the other end. I know you're here somewhere. Where are you? There you are. As you see Daphne appear on the other end, you notice that her face seems to be like kind of like darkened. You can kind of see like actually it's like one of those things where you can only see one side of her face. It looks like there's like a dim like lamplight. It's bright early like in the day. It's midday now, I think. Sorry, like a noon. But where she is, wherever she is, it's dark. And she goes, "What?
Were you ever going to tell me that you made it into the city?
I made it into the city. Sorry,
Great, thanks for the heads up. You were going to tell me. You were going to call me when you got here. I've been waiting for 2 days.
I'm so
Great to know that you forgot about me.
I was busy with things that we were talking about.
I've been busy too, but we need to meet.
I'm sorry.
I need to see you. We need to talk.
Are you in danger?
No more so than usual.
Then we need to talk
Just
immediately.
say yes.
Yes. Okay. Where are you now?
Where are we?
You're in an alleyway near the sharp. Actually, we'll say, yeah. You probably didn't walk too far from Nine Secrets. So, yeah. So you're in an alleyway near Nine Secrets.
Do you know where Nine Secrets is? We were going there, and then I ducked into an alley to talk to you.
Did you go into Nine Secrets?
No, we were going there, and then I ducked into an alley to talk to you.
Understood. Great. Just so you know, might not be worth it unless you have a hell of a lot of gold.
I'd heard that. Doesn't have to look around, right?
No, I guess not. Okay. Well, stay there. I will be there shortly.
Where are you? Where are you that it's so dark? It's the middle
Best
of the day.
you don't know, sister. I will see you in a minute.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh, that's very good. That's less good. 3.
3. Okay. Awesome. Well, that might.
I'm sorry.
might have-
I did the wrong math. It's a 5.
Okay. Still a fail, but that's okay. So yeah, you see. I'll see you in a bit, and just goes to black.
She said she'll be here soon.
Oh. All right. Well,
She's getting things from me.
Adim, real quick, roll me a perception check
okay.
as you were keeping watch.
Trying to. 12.
12? 12 is enough to see Grian come out of the shop looking really confused and maybe a little shook.
Maybe a little deflated, you know.
Maybe a little deflated, yeah.
Does he seem like he's in trouble or in danger?
No.
Then I will leave him to his business. Because
Okay, I mean, you're in an alleyway.
Right.
Like, for the record, he can't see you very well at all.
That's fine. the idea is hiding and protecting her. If he doesn't seem like he's in danger, I just
Okay, that's fair. Okay, cool. I agree. Roll me a perception check.
17.
It's not a 20. You don't see him.
okay. Hold on, because I'm coming to this late. Are we supposed to meet back up?
You're not
So
sure.
here's what happened.
Yeah,
We all-
yeah.
We all had an ADHD moment, and everybody wandered off,
Oh God.
and no plans were made.
Everybody
just
wandered
saw
off.
something cool and went somewhere.
There's
Okay.
4 different timelines happening right now.
Okay, so in
Everyone
that
else
case,
wandered
because Adim's suggestion last time was like, "Hey, we should all do everything together." When I see him walk out, I'll just go, "Brian."
You got it. Jack, for the record, I played you. I played Adim perfectly well in going, I thought we were all supposed to stay together.
We did. This is true.
I'm not mad. I'm just like, okay, well, in that case,
Yeah.
knowing what happened, then I will say, "Oh, Grian."
I think that was fully the plan, and then everybody saw something cool and went and
Squirrel.
checked it out.
No worries. It's okay. So I will say Grian's name to try to get his attention.
You got it. No check required, Grian. You see a dark figure in an alleyway that does kind of creep you out for a second until you recognize the face. As he is somewhat hidden in the darkness of this alleyway.
Oh, there you guys are. I turned around and everyone else was gone. So glad to
Where
see
did
you
you go?
didn't
We just
go
went to
that
get
far.
drinks. Where did you go?
No, nowhere. I stood right here and everybody just peeled off one by one until it was just me.
Eyebrow raises at went to get drinks, but he says nothing.
Adim, you did go with, but okay.
You came
So
with
here's the
me.
thing.
Oh, I did.
Here's
go
the thing.
get drinks. Okay.
Here's the thing. I know the order of things. Grian can say what he wants. What happened was you all went to an area and then broke off from that area. And that area was where the drinks were being given.
Okay.
So for, at least I guess for Adim's knowledge, that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adim just kind of nods.
My sister's on her way. You haven't met my sister.
Oh, are you in for a treat?
I think half of us haven't met your sister.
This will be something.
Did she say when she'd
Are we
be
telling
here?
her?
Or where she was
Shortly.
coming from?
Nope. No, she didn't. Because
I don't think-
apparently we keep secrets from each other now. What?
Are we telling her? I just want to know how to play it.
I think we have to.
Okay.
I mean, you did just saltily say that you're keeping secrets from each other, so I feel like it's kind of just,
Yeah,
kind
but
of.
she started it. She started keeping secrets from me first.
Okay, the only child Adim is like.
Yep. Yeah, Adim's learning quickly, like, oh, there's a downside to a
Yeah.
family.
There's also an incredibly intricate dynamic between sisters.
Oh, I'm not getting in
Yes.
the middle of that. There
Is your
no
sister
way.
right? Is your sister coming alone, or is she coming with any of the people that she was traveling with?
Wow, you're asking a lot of questions that I don't know the answer to. She doesn't tell me anything.
I
If
mean, it
had
doesn't
to
sound like you
say
talk too
something,
much, if I'm gonna be completely honest, because you don't have a lot of answers.
Green,
No.
bear, stick, don't poke it. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Ianthe, roll me a d4, please.
Can I look over at Anthe? That's right, right? Bears are mean because I use underwater creatures.
Nice.
Yeah. 3.
3? Okay, cool. You have no clue where your sister's coming from.
No.
But
I was expecting her to drop down from the roof.
Yeah, as you're
I'm half expecting that. Yeah. Her to appear.
Yeah.
I feel like we're looking for her at one side of the alley, and she appears on the other side. That's what I'm expecting.
I haven't met her, and I'm 100% on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah, so you do not see her for a little bit. And we're going to say, we're going to pause that there. Next would be Bix and Titian, if I'm correct on that, I believe. And before we do that, though, we will take our 10-minute break. So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes. And welcome back. All right. So as we come back in, we now settle on a Leonin holding hands with a little goblin man walking through the streets of Imea. Excuse me. The streets of Imea, but the streets of Dair's Wharf. So, interesting point of order. I don't think our Dragonborn friend gave you directions.
I mean, I think I honestly don't think that was the first time we heard about that location, because we kind of got a big glow down of the land, like last session, I believe, like when we were introduced to all of the shops.
Right.
If that matters.
Well, it's not in the Sharps.
Oh, is it not in the Sharps?
No.
All right, hey Bix, we gotta go back and talk with the Dragonborn.
I mean, you're on a crowded street. You could possibly talk to someone on the street, but you could also go back and talk to him. It's fine too. That went pretty well last time, so.
Let's find a vendor.
Yeah,
maybe we can get like some street tacos or something. And
you read my mind. I'm actually really hungry right now.
Love that. Give me, roll me a luck roll, not on finding street vendors, just who you find.
Just see if we can find street tacos. Yeah.
I rolled a 13.
13, cool, awesome. You see a very friendly looking figure that has some interesting sort of like droopy ears. They're gonna come to the side. Has like a mop of black hair, grayish blue face, kind of a puffy sort of nose, and it's like wearing like a very like almost like farmer sort of like leather or farmers in like leather overalls. So here comes as you come up to. Oh, hi. Are you looking for some food?
Yeah.
We have food.
Yeah, what kind of food you got?
All kinds of meats. If you're looking for like a turkey leg or something, we have that.
You got corn dogs?
What? As the DM puts his foot down on corn dogs. Fatella, fine. Corn dogs, get the fuck out of here.
Just absolutely no way. I mean, you got you got turkey legs? What kind of other meats you got?
We got we have some boar meat. We can chop that up and just we have some breads, but they're all like they're very specific shape. So,
I guess.
Do you have any flatbread?
Yep.
Sorry?
Flatbread.
Oh, you could probably squish it in, yeah.
Can we just have it? How much does this cost?
What? Yeah, no, I can't give it to you for free. I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, no. How much?
I have to rent a space around here.
Sure. Yeah. No worries. No,
be able to.
How much?
Run the business here. Can't just be giving stuff away.
I'd rather have a conversation about meat, not economics, right now.
Well, then you just. I mean, just starting out with like, "Can I have it?" is just a weird thing to say in the street. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, no. So it's well, it depends on what you're looking for. I'd say if you're looking for a turkey leg, which you said you weren't, but that would be 5 copper, and then over here with some of the boar meat. I mean, how much meat are you hankering for?
Tishina looked down. Rix, how much meat do you want?
If I could get a piece of flatbread and I can wrap it around some meat, I'm good to go.
All right.
Do you want me to squish the bread, or do you want to? Because that'll be a service charge.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer squishing the bread.
Absolutely, yeah. Then we will pass the savings on to you. That is going to be 3 copper for some bread. And you say you wanted just the bread?
Well, I want meat to put in the bread.
Well, what kind of meat do you want to put in the bread, friend?
Do you have rat?
You see him like look to left. Yeah.
I'll have that.
You want that?
Well, if you get a fat one, it's pretty delicious, really.
You got it.
It's got a great mouthfeel. Yeah.
one piece of boar meat coming right up as you see him. Did you want it cooked or raw?
I do
And looks at you, looks at you in a look of like, you want it raw.
I actually would prefer it cooked in this occasion.
Oh, okay. Have you tried boar meat raw?
I have had Araskari boar meat raw, and I didn't care for it.
All right. Hey, to each their own. Yeah, just give me a couple minutes to cook this boar meat. What can I get for you, friend?
I'm gonna take let's go ahead and do 3 turkey legs.
Okay.
I'm gonna take. I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna have some of that raw rat meat. You're recommending it, and I feel like I can't.
I'm sorry, we don't have that here.
I'm gonna take some of that raw boar meat that you're talking about.
We do have that. Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna take some raw boar meat. Just give it to me by the handful, and then I will go ahead and take some flatbreads as well.
Okay. And again, just asking one more time, did you want me to flatten the bread for you, or did you want to do that yourself?
I'll do it myself. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this all together and just stuff it down my throat.
You got it. Hey, that is a way to ingest sustenance. Hold on one second. As you see him just take a second, just kind of cooks. About 5 minutes later, comes back with boar meat for you. And as you know, I know you said that you wanted to squish it yourself, but I just, I did kind of give it a little bit of a pat, and here you go. And gives you like a foot-long size of cooked boar meat. Titian, for you, he does the same thing, but he also like kind of like leaves it open for you to kind of like figure out how you want to stuff it down your gullet. So between the two of you, that is going to be three silver.
How about if we give you? I don't know economics. Why don't we give you like?
Does Titian say that? Titian says that?
No. Like I don't know the exchange rate of gold. Like,
okay.
So like, if I offer him 2 gold, is that going to be? That's going to be way more than silver. Right?
Yeah, way more. Yeah. Okay. So it's increments of 10.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Hey, how about if I give you 1 gold piece, and then can you help us find some directions, because we are looking for
the Arcane Archives.
Yes, that exactly that.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'll let Titian do that. I don't know if I can assist, but
yeah, you can assist. That's fine.
Persuasion, you say?
Mm-hmm. You have advantage because Bix is assisting.
Sure. First one was a 24. 24 it is.
Cool. You got it. Yeah, the 24. Sorry, friend. I do appreciate the very kind gesture. If you can just, break this down into 3 silver, I'd be happy to give you directions.
I gotta be
I said
honest.
3 silver, right? Or did I say 2?
You said 2 silver.
2 silver, yeah. Sorry, he would say 2 silver.
Mm-hmm. I gotta be honest with you. I have no silver. I only have gold. But I'm happy to give it to you.
Now.
Okay, yeah, no, I have change, friend.
Hey, how about this? How about this? No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just make it up to me and meat, and we'll be good.
What'd you get in persuasion check? 24?
Yep.
You got it. You see him look. Okay.
Dean's not gonna be alone with the date.
2 gold. 2 gold. Or sorry, you said a gold, right?
I think so. Yeah, gold.
Okay. Gold 2 cents.
I'll help him math if he needs it.
No, I got it. I can figure it out. All right. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And you see him give you essentially 5 more meals of boar meat and flatbread. I'm sorry, I don't have any bags. Usually people just eat it.
I got a bag right here. Don't worry about it. And Titian's just gonna stuff it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
His lunchbox of holding.
To be clear, he gives it to you raw.
Yeah, just
so,
loose handfuls of dead rat meat going in the bag of holding. Yeah,
Guess
absolutely.
what Donzig's having for dinner?
I mean, sorry. Boar meat.
Boar meat.
Boar sashimi.
I will say, like, when you do get the meat, Bix, you're probably a little surprised to notice that when he does say boar meat, it looks like whatever he killed is maybe only slightly smaller than a boar. So you immediately learn New York style. There's some big rats in the city.
Full on rodents of unusual size.
That's right. Cool. Yeah, you guys just get crazy
Have my
amount of
rat burrito.
rat meat.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the bag of holding now.
Do it.
5 meals of raw rat meat. Is that what you said?
Yep.
All right.
So what can I help you find?
Arcane Archives, please.
Oh yeah. So that's gonna be over in the Cloud District. You're gonna be heading about, and he gives you directions of essentially going about a half an hour west of here, till you start to see like large, tall spires. And in his words, he'll say, "You see a lot of people with heads just full on looking down at some books."
Really?
And there's 2 buildings specifically. So there is and it's very confusing for. I'll just say for myself, there's one building that if you walk in, they're going to greet you. They're going to be kind of snooty about it, and they're going to have just a ton of books around. Another building, if you walk in, you are immediately going to be escorted out as you are not a magical student. The confusing thing, the library, Arcane Archives, the school, Arcane Alcove. You get what I'm saying? Just,
Archive Alcove.
Yeah, I'm not like a city planner or anything, but that's one of those things I'm like, come on, guys, you couldn't have figured out something a little different. But
I mean, that sounds. I mean, no one's allowed in the school to like check it out or like that.
well, I think it was the idea that I was definitely not a young student.
Oh, this is for like young students. This isn't like.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't like older magicians or magic users. Then. Oh, okay, I see.
Right. Well, I mean, I assume the teachers are, but yeah, I do. Please don't take an offense to this, friend. But I mean, I would say that if you maybe put some like water on your face or something, you could probably pass as maybe a small, very tired child. Yeah, you definitely don't look like you're a child.
I'll take that in stride. Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, the library would be. They seem to like people coming in. I explained I was looking for a book on cooking, and they were very, very helpful.
Well, Bix, are you good to go? Do you think that's enough to go on?
Do we need to tell Brian before we go?
I mean, we'll tell him. It sounds like we got a bit of walk. We'll let him know as we go there. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Tishy,
don't have to worry about, this is Chris talking. We don't have to worry about getting lost.
No, I think above board. Like I think Tishian will just reach out and he'll share. Hey everyone, we got all the meat we can handle, and we're heading to the library. We'll see you at Arcane Archives. Just be aware, not Arcane Alcove. Arcane Archive is where we're going.
And I enjoy that he's trusting the party to trust that he got that right.
I love that. I love it so much. I think there's also like a reality of like one of the. I just love that it was Tishian that was like, yeah, so we'll use these stones and we'll talk to each other. I love that. Cool. Yeah, you all hear that. Incredible. And you guys head off in that direction. I'll say, as you guys are heading off, Tishian and Bix, both individually, if you don't mind, give me perception checks. as you are two very different heights.
12.
Perception, you say. Let's do this one. Ooh, okay. That'll mean 11.
11, cool. 12 and 11. Bix. As you are, we're going to kind of pause you after this, but I'm going to say as you are getting closer to the Clouds District, you do notice that there's some interesting looking, there's an interesting sort of phenomenon happening around you towards the ground. As you're walking along, you see that there is a normal sized rat for you, like normal size for you, that kind of like scurries between your legs in this main street and is like walking along. It's like darting out from underneath from footfalls. You also notice that along with it is like a little trail of very small looking spiders that all seem to be going in that direction as well. Lastly, you hear this heavy like, and you look up and you see there is a black bird, normal size. Let's say somewhere between like a crow and like a canary, just like swooping in and out, also heading that direction. Titian. You start to hear weird sounds once again in your mind. Where is it? I lost a word. Oh, there it is. As you're walking through the crowd, you're not really sure why you're hearing this. There's probably a certain point where you were kind of assuming that last time it might have been that you were just having a bad dream, but now you are fully awake and you're hearing the roar and biting sounds. It's the middle of the day, bright sun outside. You look around looking to see if there's like a leonin or tabaxi or anything that could be making these sounds. You don't see anyone. You notice there's a lot of hoods that are facing down. More than I think in this moment that you would assume to be naturally happening. Titian, roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
It's a +8. Alright, that's a 12.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
You feel like you see almost as if they're like in a straight line, these hooded figures walking towards you, horizontal straight line, all wearing these long black robes, hoods so far down you can't see a face, but you can see their hands are kind of pursed in front of them and they look to be a very pale white.
Are the hands furry or they have hair?
Do not look to be furry.
So they don't look like, do they look humanoid, like no claws or anything like that?
I'd say they're about 30 feet away from you. So it's a little bit hard to tell right now with that 11.
Not making eye contact with me. I think Titian will pause, and I think stop as Bix is walking next to him. I think he will just sort of rest his hand on top of Bix's head.
Okay.
And look right at them.
Okay.
Do they appear to be moving closer to me at all?
They're walking full stride.
Okay. Titian will just sort of like pause there with Bix's hands right there. Is there any alleyway or anything of that nature? Or with that wisdom saving throw, was there any effects of that?
Yes, you're in it.
Oh, I'm in it? Okay. I'm just like, more or less, I'm asking, like, do I feel like I lost any ability to move or anything like that?
I would have told you.
Okay. Titian will just slightly bend down and scoop Bix up, if Bix will let him.
Okay.
And I think Titian will, seeing this group ahead of him, they feel very ominous. Titian will whisper towards Bix. We need to make some moves right now.
15 feet.
And then Titian is, as soon as I guess 15 feet, Titian's going to start going the other way, and I think he's going to run with Bix in his hand.
The opposite way, so the way you came?
Yeah. Not necessarily the opposite way we came, but just away from them. So, like, if we can keep going the direction we were in.
So you're going the direction you were, they're coming towards you.
They're coming towards us. Okay. Titian will run the opposite way, I believe.
So the way you came, like back towards the vendor.
Yeah, the way we came. Yeah.
You got it.
Anything.
Just to get away from them, yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I mean, they're gonna keep coming because you're going that direction, right? So I guess I'm asking, what's your intention here?
They just feel really ominous, so I don't really know.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, if there's a train coming and you're just running the opposite way, the train is eventually going to continue to bear down on you.
Sure.
So if you're trying to run away, like I said, there's alleyways you could try to
that's
duck
what I was.
into an
That's
alleyway.
what I was. Yeah, that's why I'm wanting to look towards alleyways.
Because you're still kind of on a main street, but now the street's going west, right?
Yeah, I'm wanting
so cool. Yeah, you just duck into an alleyway. Bix, you have no idea what just happened. And as they pass by, you, I say maybe 5 seconds goes by, and feels like the coast is clear.
What was that?
I don't know. Did you not feel anything just now?
Just you picking me up.
Yeah, but you didn't feel like things going through your head, or
No remorse. No. I'm pretty in tune lately with things that are going on in my head, and nothing unusual.
So okay, so it's just me then. Great. All right. That's awesome. No. So did you notice the robed figures that were there ahead of us at all, or?
Did I see what he saw?
I think you saw what you were paying attention to.
Okay, so I wouldn't have seen that then.
Right. Your perception check was for the things that you found odd.
Yeah, this I said no, I didn't see anything.
All right. Maybe I just got spooked. I don't know. Maybe it's not nothing. I don't know. I just I felt like something was sort of rooting around in my head, and it felt ominous. It felt like
the boar meat had parasites.
I mean, that's not a problem. I mean, like, that's never been a problem in the past.
What a great Leonin answer. That's not a problem. That's not a thing.
Not a problem.
That's an excuse people have. That doesn't actually happen.
That doesn't actually happen. I don't believe in parasites.
Do we need to go back with everybody else, or?
No, I just didn't. I mean, I would have confronted it if they were here, like, maybe, but like, I don't know. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was a time to. I don't know what's going on. I woke up with this feeling earlier today, and now here. I thought it was just a dream, but apparently this just now happened as well. So I'm not sure what the hell's going on, to be honest with you. This is.
Do you need a drink?
Yes. And with that, Titian will pull out a ball as well and start drinking from it.
You got it. Low DC right now, but give me a con saving throw.
Ooh, that's a 6. No, hold on. That's a con save, so that's a 13.
Cool. With a 13, you just start downing a bottle.
I'll pass
Cool.
it to Bix as well for Bix to have up.
I'm good, thank you.
Sweet. We're going to pause you guys there. Sif, as you were traveling back, you are making your way through the alleyway, and you notice that it does stop into another, like, somewhat like side street that now has a left alleyway and a right alleyway that still kind of go the direction you're going, but you're not really sure which one to take, or if it even matters. You're not sure. Which one do you take?
We'll go right.
You got it. Cool. I love that for you. As you head right, you start to continue to move down the path, trying to, keep your head covered. As you see a figure loom into view. I don't remember if in game you guys met this figure before, so you can let me know once he comes up. But you see a elven creature. It's hard to tell. It's extremely dirty. Has that black kind of nasty looking hair. Come on, man, where are you? So hard to see in this. Hold on 1 second. There you go. Are you lost, friend?
No.
Did you guys meet this person?
That was the guy at the dock, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember if you met him though. I know we talked about him above board.
I don't think we did.
I think we met him.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember you
Was
bringing
he
this
the-
image up for us.
Was he the dock
I
master?
recognize it.
No, we hadn't.
Yeah, I recognize
yeah.
him from other streams, but I don't think.
You got it. Cool.
I don't think
Awesome.
he's a friend of ours.
Yeah, as you
I'm
see the.
just like,
Yeah.
Why
No,
don't
and I'll
don't
try to,
you
like,
think that?
Sidestep around him.
Not yet. He's not a
He
friend
steps
yet.
to the side in your way and goes, "Oh, hold on now."
I will
I-
kind of hold my hammer in front of me to be like,
Okay. Roll an insight check
digital dice.
or a perception check. Your choice, either one. Whatever you think would be the more important thing for Sif to
I think perception, because Sif cares more about like what's about to happen. Come on, 13.
Oh, your voice is doing some weird things. One more time.
13.
Anybody else hearing that robot voice? Cool.
Hold on, let
can you
me
I
just-
can also
refresh.
hear the 13.
Oh, no, I can hear you now. That was weird. I think it was just a connection thing.
Oh yeah, I'm clear.
Yep, you're good now. You're good.
Okay, weird.
Sweet. It happens. As you see this figure, kind of looming, he's kind of getting under your like your chin. He would, in your current height right now, he would kind of match you, but he's actually he seems to be purposely kind of like bending low so that he is looking up at you. What was the perception check you got? 13.
Yeah.
Cool. The 13, you notice two things. One, his eyes look weirdly bloodshot and kind of yellowy. But you also notice that his pupils look strange. They look to be more, instead of like being just a solid dot, look like they're more kind of extended from top to bottom. And you see with those eyes, as he's looking around at you, you see he kind of looks just past you, just for a second.
Are we done? Can I go?
Oh, we haven't even started. Why don't you put the hammer down? I'll let it pass.
Absolutely not.
Okay. I'll tell you what. You take the first shot.
Okay. I'll take off my earrings.
You take off your earrings?
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's go.
Incredible. Go ahead and roll initiative for me, please.
Okay. Let's roll initiative. And then it's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice. So he seems ready before you do, but he also told you to take the first shot.
Sure, I'm gonna rage and smack him because fuck this guy.
You got it. Go for it.
My attacks. 22 to hit.
22 hits. Go and roll damage.
For 15 damage.
Okay.
And then I'll do my second swing for a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 12 damage.
12 damage. You got it. How would you like to do this?
Okay, yeah, I think I just swing once and then swing the other and like look where he was standing is like, hello?
Okay. What do you like? Tell me point of contacts. Where do you hit him?
Across the like shoulder on each side, so like one that way and then one the other way.
You got it. You feel under the weight of that first swing, that heavy swing into, you can see the contact that goes into him, and you feel and hear the bones crack his arm as you see it go completely, like almost like his shoulder seems to go almost into his neck. And you don't stop, you go the other, and the same thing happens as you see it kind of comes to the other side. You know these are death blows.
Don't start fights you can't finish. I
didn't
look
say he
around.
went down. I said, how do you want to do this? As you see the figure still standing.
What?
You see him like do one of these and pulls his shoulder out of its socket. Just goes, my turn.
Fuck.
What's your AC?
15.
Okay. Sif, I need you to make me 3 Constitution saving throws.
I can do that. Con saves. So we have a 10, a natural 20.
Okay. You did say the 10 first.
And why can't I see it past the other? Another natural 20. Okay, so a 10 and 2 nat 20s.
I'm so sorry. I should have just had you do it one at a time, but that 10 is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Sif, I'm so sorry. You feel as the figure itself seems to move with supernatural speed between your legs, reaches up to your back, and plunges a dagger into your chest.
Okay.
And then manages to put his fingers into your skin.
It's the Heart Ripper. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, kind of. Yeah. And you feel yourself become paralyzed.
Oh.
And we're going to pause you there.
How much damage did that do, though?
I can give you the damage later. I'll say the big part of that is you cannot move. So we'll pause you there. And we come back to our other friends, Anthony and Grian. Why does everything always happen to Fidget?
Follow that. Why does everything happen to Fidget? We'll find you.
Yeah, so, and then this cat wanted like 10,000 gold. Can you believe that?
Dean is just staring at Green.
1,000?
10,000!
How are we supposed to get that kind of money?
And why does the cat need it?
That's a great fucking question. And the cat knew my name, which is super fucking weird, but, you know, what? If I thought every stranger who knew my name was weird, we'd never leave Dair's Wharf.
True.
But I tried.
Anthony, roll me a perception check.
Oh, that's better. 19.
Cool. I rolled a nat 1. You see,
Cool.
you see Daphne. I guess you guys would also be rolling perception
Daphne
checks on
leaps
this
from
to
the
see like.
building on top of us.
Well-
Daphne trips into Adim. Oh, hi.
Yeah, like hold on. You actually see Daphne like is no. I think what you see is you see Daphne because you guys are still in this alleyway. You see Daphne kind of like looking around, like passes by, looks around, spots you, and quickly backs up. Anthony, you are familiar with this on when Daphne sees you in person when you were kids. She actively tried very hard to sneak up on you, and with a nat 1, you know that's what this is.
I also meet her nat 1 with a nat 20 for 24.
Yeah, you saw you like happened to like kind of like peer like to the main street to see if like Daphne's coming, and you saw Daphne, and Daphne didn't see you.
I got a 7, but I still beat her. So I mean,
Actually, with a nat 20, Grian, you notice there is someone walking beside her.
Okay.
Hard to see, but you see a very dark cloak and pale white hands being held in front of them.
interesting.
I mean, if that is your sister, and I'm not just assuming because it looks like another water genasi, but if she looks a lot like you, and it looks like she's headed this way, I think she's with somebody.
She's going to sneak up on us.
Do you want to
Here.
sneak up on
Can-
her?
can-
So,
can
you know,
I-
she's coming.
Can I play with Daphne?
I mean, I would say this is happening pretty quick, but yeah, okay. Well, let's see what you guys.
I mean, I'm
yeah.
assuming there's an alleyway, there's water or something.
Yeah, there's disgusting sewer water.
As she is walking towards us, I want to just move some of the water in front of one of her feet so she splashes and ruins her sneak.
Huh?
I'm not going to splash her, but like as
So
she step, splash. Like she thinks she's being
Splash.
quiet, just splash. And
You
just
got it.
do it very surreptitiously, like.
Oh shit. Well,
Hey, I am the little brother.
Nice.
Must be annoying, right?
what?
No, I'm saying that not in character. I'm saying that as Jack.
All right.
What the fuck?
That's the first thing Adim says. Hey, I'm your little brother. Stephanie's. Oh shit.
Great.
Damn.
thinking.
Oh, hi.
This is my
Damn,
home
I-
turf too.
Shit. You did great. I didn't see you at all.
Hi, sister, and that comes in and gives you a hug.
Hi, cousin.
You're in a dark alleyway. It's a little hard to see like specifics here, but definitely your sister. As you kind of accept the hug and you feel like the embrace, and it feels very natural and very very. You're 100% sure this is Daphne. Well, welcome to Dair's Wharf. She pulls back. You can see there's still kind of this like weird sort of shadow kind of cast over her because of where you're at. How's the
Listen.
past few hours been?
Fascinating.
Good. Yeah, it's an interesting place.
Is her friend still following her?
Nope, you don't see anyone.
Okay.
Listen, as much as I love standing in a disgusting alley, is there maybe like a tavern or something where we could go all talk?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
These two are with me, by the way. You've met a team, and this is Grian.
That's why I said hi, cousin. It's how we met.
Right.
Remind the DM. What am I forgetting?
When we first met, I convinced her friends to let me in because I was her cousin.
That's right.
We were pretending they were cousins,
I love it, yeah.
and Missing was like,
Oh.
"No, you're not."
Right. Yes. Hello, cousin. Good to see you again. Hi.
Good to see
I'm
you too.
Daphne.
Hi, nice to meet you, Green. Nice to meet you. Was your friend not coming with you, or are they standing around the side of the alley there? Or?
Oh.
Friend.
No, they're you see a very quick nod from Daphne. No, they'll catch up.
Okay.
I hope they do. I'd really love to see them.
You see a very fixed smile. Well,
Somewhere nice?
that's
Not too far. There are others who go somewhere.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of vendors around here. There's actually not a bar here. Usually that ends up becoming a place for fights and whatnot. So, could you convince your friends to meet us at the... Well, there's the Foggy Flask, which would be kind of the safest place, I guess. And there's the Blackwater Banshee Inn, which is the coolest place.
Oh.
Unless you're counting the Blooming Orchid, but I don't think my sister would be a big fan of that place.
What's wrong with the Blooming Orchid?
It's a
What?
house of rest for
Oh,
weary, lonely travelers.
understood. Foggy Flask is definitely out.
Okay.
I mean, maybe.
Well, isn't that?
we could
Hold
stop
on,
for a
going
minute.
back up. Isn't that where we were told to go?
Yes, it was.
That's why I want to go there.
Oh, yeah.
Are you in character, or you gotta tell me because now I'm confused?
So I was asking that was where we were going to go. Then in character, I'm like, oh, why can't we go there?
There you go. Okay, cool.
That could be
Yes, why
fun.
can't we go
know
there?
If it's, I don't. A friend who is extremely not a friend recommended it to us, and I would rather this not friend doesn't know where we are.
But see, I'd love to sit across the table from him.
My goodness, sister, you're very bad at this. I don't know what
I
you're saying at
really
all.
bad at this.
The son of the
know,
mayor
just-
wanted to keep a tab on us.
We sort of
Son of the mayor.
Sparkle
The
shield or
captain of the
something, I don't know.
garden doesn't really like us, and he recommended the Foggy Flask. And I know it was just to keep tabs on us, so I've been trying to steer clear of it.
Oh, Cedric. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dean,
I mean, I
insight check.
guess it's up to you.
No, that's fine. We can go wherever you want.
16.
She's yeah, 16's pretty good. 16's I will say Daphne looks to be more confused than one should be in the son of the mayor.
Really?
question.
Huh. Okay. Huh.
Yeah,
So I'll press a little bit and say, do you know Cedric?
Unfortunately, yes. He's a very annoying little shit that thinks he's better than everybody else and is trying to turn this town good.
Kind of
See,
what I wanted to
exactly. I don't want to go talk to him.
Oh, I'd love
That's
to
right.
sit across from him and be joyful. However, we'll go where you like. And
I thought that.
I don't know if you're gonna notice, but I did it myself. I clipped my voice. I almost said sister. So, like, I'm sure Adeem did too. Like, we'll go where you like.
If we're gonna head there,
I'm gonna step on his foot.
should we tell the rest of the group where we're headed?
As soon as we decide, I can tell them.
How many people do you have with you?
Like a total or right now?
3
3,
more,
5,
and
if you
then
count the dogs.
an additional couple. 8, 6. I think there's a total of 9.
Do we count each of the heads, or are they together with one body?
Each of the heads.
I was
What
counting.
have you been doing?
Take us to a tavern, and I'll tell you. Let's go to the Blackwater Banshee. I just heard
Okay.
the legend, and it sounds pretty cool.
What legend? Just walking with you.
Blackwater Banshee.
Oh, that. Oh, okay. Yeah. You head out. As you head out, Ianthe, you are now facing. You and your sister are facing the same direction. Do you think you look at your sister when you're talking to her?
Yeah.
Cool.
In my head, we're like walking next to each other, and I'm like conversing and like looking at her.
You got it.
If
Give
it
me a
matters, I'm kind of walking behind him in the window. I don't know.
I feel like I'm like babbling about inane shit, like telling her about the dress shop and the Mean Girls and like things that aren't important but have happened.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. Think that will definitely be someplace that you have in town.
They were awful.
And she smiles. She winces a little bit and puts her hand up to her face, and you notice that her lower lip looks a little plumper than normal.
I will wait.
Okay.
I will wait.
Right. Well, so you got the rundown, right? So there's so here is the Whispering Vial. Here is 9 secrets. Well, obviously you knew that 9 secrets.
Right.
Did you have any luck in there?
No.
I didn't
Based
think
on
so.
what I've heard, no.
I guess I was just hoping that someone more magical than me would interest that cat. But yeah.
I
and
it knew Grian's name. That was interesting. I haven't gone in yet.
oh,
Kind of still
okay.
want to.
Well,
I haven't either, but I'm nowhere near as magical as your sister. So.
right. If you want to go in now, you could. You don't. You know what? You got time. You got time, right? We'll come back.
This is more important.
And you continue to head southward. I assume, Adeem, at a certain point you would say to the group, hey, we're heading to...
Yeah, as soon as I know where we're going, I will verbally, but quietly.
So Blackwater Banshee was what was mentioned.
Yes, I will say, Ianthe, myself, Grian, and Daphne are heading to the Blackwater Banshee.
Cool. You got it.
And then I will also add, I will kind of look at Grian and say, and possibly Daphne's friend.
I think they're coming along.
Well, I don't. I mean, she recognized that existed, so we don't see them. They might be tracking us. So I'm like, I just say it, like, and maybe they're.
You got it. And for the record, Adim, you didn't see.
That's
right?
why I looked at
you're,
Grian,
you're
like-
responding because of what was what
right.
was mentioned.
Based on what Grian said, like maybe her friend.
Oh no, like I said, my friend will catch up with us later.
Right, he might be joining us. And I just gonna keep on walking.
Yeah, she goes.
I'm kind of like agreeing with what she said. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, yep. She goes, right, later. Not
Okay.
right now.
All right.
They'll find us when they want to find us. I'm guessing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Right?
Yeah. You see that I think like just like twin sort of vibe. You got a flicker of irritation, frustration, just at the mention of that. Seems less in control than your sister would be normally. Okay.
I'm just gonna
well,
put
so,
a reassuring hand on her arm.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine. You know what? And you go arm in arms. Okay, well, so here is the vault. That's used to be the safest place. And moves on past and starts to kind of explain shops that you now already know.
Did you hear about what happened at the vaults? I've been hearing gossip all morning.
I was told I wasn't supposed to say anything.
By who?
Someone very powerful. I would suggest you be careful with that as well. We'll find a space. It's okay.
I was just hearing gossip.
From who?
People who were in the streets. I asked them what
Just-
happened and they were telling me.
Okay, good. That's fine. There's nothing I can do about them. And you see, continue to walk through. At this point, Titian and Bix, you guys are making your way. You're probably about I'd say you can see the spires from where you're at. You hear, hey, we're going to the Blackwater Banshee Inn. Do you continue on your path or do you turn around?
Honestly, I'm kind of with Bix. I kind of feel like we're already on the way. We can go. Like, there's no reason to turn around now. But this is me. I'm accompanying Bix right now, so it's really
You're the
Cool.
one with the stone.
Right, but he's
sure.
saying you're the one that has the decision.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'll communicate to Bix and be like, hey, they're hey, sounds like they met up with Daphne.
Who's
Have you ever met Daphne? Oh yeah, no, she's Ianthe's sister and Adim's cousin sister, I guess now.
Oh my god!
When you do that.
Cousin, sister, oh my lord.
I hate to say it, but the accent saying that does not help.
Yes.
That's what I keep saying. That's what I keep telling him.
That's why
My
it's
cousin,
funny.
and that's Ianthe's cousin sister.
Oh, Lord. Oh, I just feel so dirty.
Thankfully, you guys are at least a mile away.
So I mean, like, they're just.
Well,
It sounds
if
like
they're checked in having a drink, I don't see why we can't just go ahead and hit the archive.
I mean, we've already started this journey. Like, might as well finish it before we go meet up with
I
them.
mean, like I
right?
said, what are they doing? They getting an inn or something? They getting a room?
Oh, hold on. Let me. I mean, I can. Hey, Adim. 10-4, Adim.
Yep, it's been.
Are y'all also getting a room at Blackwater or Blackfish, whatever it is, in Banshee Black?
I think we're just going to talk.
Oh, okay. Hey, they're just gonna talk.
We shouldn't be too long. I read pretty fast.
Yeah. All right. Hey, have fun talking. We'll catch you on the other side. And then Titian will put the stone away.
Adim, such a low DC that I don't think it's going to matter. You recognize that, okay, so your Grian, Ianthe's with you, Titian and Bix are accounted for.
Sif is not.
Where's
Sif is not.
So what I'll do, I'm gonna pull a trick from our drow friend.
Mhm.
I try to force that connection to stay open after he's put it away,
Okay.
so I can hear what they're saying. And I'm doing it to see if I hear Sif talking when they're talking.
So you are not necessarily sure what the magical parameters are to be able to like
Yeah, no
set
idea.
everything to a speakerphone. You do know there is a rather magical being to your left and your right. There's two magical beings, sorry.
Yeah, okay, then I'm not gonna play that. I'll play when we're in more controlled circumstances.
Okay,
I don't.
you got it. I mean, I'll say if you want to give it a shot by yourself, you can do that now. I'm saying that if you...
I'll do it. I'll do it when we're all like maybe together. Like, hey, I want to try something out. So
Okay.
because
got
I'm
it.
pretty. Adeem's pretty straightforward usually.
Cool.
So okay.
Do you? So I assume you relay the message.
Yeah, and then I will, if I can hear him putting it away, I'm like, hey, hold on, Titian.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Sif?
They're not with you.
No. Before we all split, I didn't like the idea of split. Would you know where she is?
No. Sif, talking to the rock, please. Sif, can you talk into the rock? Just speaking to the stone if you can.
Oddly useful in this time. You don't hear a response back.
Does she have one?
And
You know she has one.
She has one. She's
Okay.
not been really taught how to use it.
Right.
So, but that's something that's
Still bothers me.
Titian is trying to talk to her, kind of like she might not know how. Like, just
right. She
speaking to
might
the
not know
phone.
how. Yeah.
I've never tried this. I don't even think it works, but I'm curious because I want to find Sif now. It's a really big city. I'll use my stone to concentrate on the stone Sif has. Do I get any kind of direction or distance with it? I know it communicates, but is there any kind of like a homing beacon?
You I'll say on like a there's you try to kind of like
Yeah,
connect
I know
with
what I'm
whatever
doing.
magic is instilled in this,
Yeah.
and you definitely feel there's no roll required here. It definitely doesn't work like that.
Okay, don't.
I'm gonna try something if that's all right, Joe.
Yeah, go for it.
So Titian, in realizing, I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah. So Titian realizing Sif is not answering, he's gonna actually do a sending spell to them.
Okay.
I need to step away for a moment. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm just gonna come off the dome with it. Hey Sif, how's it going? Trying to rock talk with you. If you're having trouble, just really talking to the stone. Let us know you're okay. Also let us know where you're at. That was way more than 25, but yeah.
I think you get the gist. More importantly, you do not get a response.
Really?
Nope.
So and the reason I looked it up, sending is with the mind. So even if they're not the meta game or anything like that. Okay.
Because it's an action, I think. To even respond.
It's an action for me. I don't know if it's an action for response back. But yeah, alright. Titian will. I'm sure Bix sort of is there listening. Alright, well.
That's kind of weird. Now, I don't know
Yeah.
if you may have.
Chris, can you come to the screen?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot where I was. Yeah.
We're like seeing this little like I don't know.
Just chilling.
Yeah. You might have confused. I mean, they might be confused by the sending. Not that you did a bad job, but I don't know if they're used to that.
I mean, usually it's pretty automatic. I mean, I hate to say it, but like my mom can figure it out, and she's not the most magic savvy person in the world. So I think like this is
That's not good.
This is not this. I'm.
As much as I love a good book, this sounds like a pretty serious deal.
Yeah. Why don't we? Hey, why don't? I think we're on the same page. Maybe we should start making our way around to see if we can get a hold of Sif.
Well,
like,
where
find
was she
her.
going?
Well, you're not here. You're not here in
Oh,
this
I thought he was
conversation.
using this. He's not using
No,
this?
No, this is
Oh, my
conversation between
bad.
Bix and
Okay, so
Tisha. It's
that's
okay.
why I apologize.
But I will say, while that conversation's going on, you see Daphne stop dead in her tracks and go, "You're missing someone."
Yeah, one of
Wait, what?
a friend.
Who's missing?
I was, you know this, Ianthe. I was doing this to everybody when I did the stone. It went to you too.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
We don't know where Sif is.
Oh no.
She's not responding to the stone.
Interesting.
I mean, she, like I said, she kind of took off and said, "I'd be right back."
Do you know where she was going?
No idea. She just kind of ran away.
What? Why? Okay.
Look,
Okay,
all of
right,
you.
Okay. Well, first off, I mean, it just takes one time, but maybe this is a reminder that you shouldn't be splitting up in Dair's Wharf.
I think someone said that.
Turns around and looks out into the distance to this crowded street. Gran, roll me either an Arcana or a Perception check, but I'm going to tell you the DC before you roll. The DC for Perception check is 30. The DC for an Arcana check is 25.
I rolled a 19, and either way, it's a 23. So
You have no idea. You have no idea where. What you see is Daphne kind of turns around. Could you tell me what Sif looks like?
She's
Gray
what?
skin, darker
blonde
gray
hair.
hair. She's either 5'10" or over 9
Nice.
feet. Carries a very large hammer. Half storm giant.
She might have really big earrings in.
Yeah, really big hoops. If she's shorter, she has the earrings.
how much?
Interesting.
How
Is she
much
carrying anything important?
attention?
A hammer,
Anything?
Emma?
Got it. Okay.
probably.
You see her continue to look out in that direction and seems to be concentrating. Ianthe, roll me an Arcana check.
I could not get 25.
No, this is not for that.
It's an 8.
Cool. I'll give you advantage because it's your sister.
Great. I don't know how helpful it's gonna be. We're not doing awesome. Nope, that's worse.
Incredible. You look at your sister and you feel like your sister is like looking in a direction and like maybe thinking of like going to go find them or something. You're not really sure what's going on.
What are you?
Shut up. Okay, let's go.
Did she change direction when she said let's go from where going to the Banshee?
She went back to the direction you guys were originally going towards the Banshee.
Okay, like I shrug and follow her. Maybe she knows where Sif is. Like,
Yep.
Sorry, we're
As
going.
you
We're
guys-
still going to the Banshee, or we're going the other direction now.
Still going to the Banshee.
Cool.
So she had turned around, was looking in a
Turned around.
direction,
And then turn back. Gotcha.
then turned back.
Gotcha. It's almost pumpkin time for me, so my brain is starting to slow down.
No, you're totally okay. There's a weird. There's such a weird like moment with your sister that I think you just managed to track as she looks and goes, "It's a really nice day today, isn't it?" You see there's a soft smile as she's continuing to to move forward.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here with you.
Can I look around and see if anybody... Is everybody, like... I want to know if everybody's walking or if there are people flying.
I'd say occasionally you see like an Aarakocra flying. Yeah.
All right. I mean, if you guys want, I can try and look from above and see if I
could
find
turn you into
anything.
I mean, I know you've got your things, but I could turn you into a bird too. Blend in
Honestly,
with
I mean,
people.
I'm not going to promise anything, but I wouldn't worry about it.
Why not? You just said we shouldn't walk around this place alone.
I'm going to worry about it because she is my friend and you have given me no information.
Do you trust me?
Of course I do.
I don't know.
I just met you,
Okay.
so...
Well, you are all free to make your own decision. I would very much like to sit and catch up with my sister. If my sister trusts me, I am 95% sure that your friend will be fine. If that's not enough,
We'll
we
play
can
off
all
on
go
it.
and look for her, but I promise you, it won't make a difference.
I'm gonna message Grian in his head, like just telepathically talk to him. Look, I know she's sketchy as hell, but she is my sister, and sometimes her sketchiness can be used for good. I trust that she's on this, for what it's worth.
I mean, I've done sketchier for less, so let's go.
That is true.
Cutting back as we are close to ending the evening, but Titian and Bix.
So there's a thing I kind of want to try. If I'm not
Go for it.
cutting you off.
No, go for it, please.
So I do have the spell Locate Objects.
Okay.
So I was thinking about using that to try to find Zeph. The range is 1,000 feet.
Yeah, you're further than that. So we'll say you use it,
I'll use it. Okay.
and yeah. So what are you trying to focus on?
I'm trying to focus on. I'm gonna try to focus on Sif's hammer.
You got it. Yeah, you don't pick up anything in this moment.
All right. So Titian's like, hey, they taught me this one back in the day. And Titian's gonna start thinking really hard and trying to picture it in his mind's eye, and then he's just gonna go, nah, must be Rusty. I'm sorry, can't figure anything out. Yeah, I don't know where she is.
Well, all I can think is we go back to where we started.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's where we all were. So
I mean,
guess,
if she wouldn't have gone off alone, this wouldn't have happened.
I mean, let's not. We don't know what they're going through. That's not,
I loved that look. That was sorry. That look.
yeah.
That was funny. Big second point of inspiration for that. That's hilarious.
So I guess we just head back to where we were.
Okay, you got it.
Yep.
As you turn around, Bix, you hear a you hear a weird squeak as you like kind of like turn around in place, and you see that there is a like very small mole that had been walking in that direction, and you are now turning and like fully like bumping into them with your foot. You see them kind of like roll off you and continue to go.
Are these all the things that are going the one direction?
Yep.
I know we're in a hurry, but do you see what I see? All these little creatures are going in that direction.
Like the direction we were heading for the archives.
Which way are they headed, Joe?
I mean, they're heading they're what you know is they're heading the direction that street is going, which was the direction where you were going towards the
Archives.
archives.
They're headed towards the archives.
I mean, now I really want to figure out what's going on with the insect parade.
What's more important? I've got to figure out what's more important right now.
Let's sit and talk about it. What's more important, these weird ants or Sif? I guess Sif,
I didn't say ants, but yeah, all right.
Actually, well, there were spiders, but I get what
From
you're
up
saying.
there.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Actually, yeah.
I think we need to let's shelve this for the moment. Let's go see if we can find Sif.
Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. Let's go find Sif.
Pin in the board. Let's go find our half giant friend.
So we're gonna head back to where we started.
Where you started.
Which shouldn't be a problem.
Cool. Yeah, not a problem at all for you. Sweet. As you are heading back, we finally come back to our half giant friend.
Ow.
Sif, you are waking up from being unconscious.
Oh, I was knocked unconscious. Okay.
You are the paralytic was the first thing, and then because everything would have just been very easy to do, you were knocked unconscious. You see there is let me make sure I got these guys lined up, so hold on.
What am I at? Did that mess up my HP? I'm sure.
Yeah, I'd say go ahead and put your HP at like 1.
Okay.
That's a good thing to hear from a DM. Like 1. Sorry. It's 1.
Doesn't matter. Just make it low.
Doesn't matter. Just make it low. It's not gonna matter. Cool. You see there are about 3 or 4 figures that you can just make out in your vision, as you're able to just pretty much just be able to move your eyes. Your body, you can tell, is not able to move. You are still lying down on the ground. So as you move your eyes, you're just in a space where your head is tilted to the side and you're looking at everything from that sort of sideways point of view. You see the figure that attacked you is speaking some sort of language. What languages do you know, Sif?
Giant, common, and undercommon.
Got it. Cool. So you are not sure what's being spoken. You notice that it sounds not human. It's a mixture of hisses and like loud, almost like coughing sounds. But this figure is speaking with 2 other figures. One is a little smaller. The other one is like extremely tall and lanky and is like leaning over. You can notice that his appendages seem to be a little bit too long for his body. You see that he also has these ears that are somewhat elven but look to be a little bit more droopy. And in the very dark, like it's probably like there's just a distant, far off flame that at least reflects like just this other figure's face. The third figure, the shorter one, is not facing you. You hear this conversation continuing to go on. You see the shorter figure pulls out a knife, and even in that dark sort of like the dark fire, the dark lamplight, you see that there is a weird bright green substance that seems to almost reflect more than just like how a liquid would, but like kind of reflects off the knife as you see him pointing it above his head, holding it, just looking at it. And you see with that head nod, the taller figure looms out and seems to be moved to watching for people. It's weird. The surroundings feel very similar to where you fell on the street. You see that cobblestone. You do see that there are walls, but it almost like has this like sense of like you didn't really maybe move. You're not really sure. As you see the figure turn, I would like you to give me a perception check. I'm going to make it be a straight roll because this figure isn't trying to hide himself, but you are in a weird sort of in and out state. 11. The other figure is leaning up against the wall, and you see him just kind of like is looking at you, not worried or scared at all, and seeing that your eyes are kind of like darting a little bit, and you see him kind of push his other arm back into place. You can hear that snap. And you see the figure that is holding the knife has turned and is walking towards you. With an 11, this figure looks like he probably is some sort of halfling. As he pulls the hood back, you notice the hair is balding, but it looks like kind of in that way that you can actually see like there's like like weird like splotches of like brighter skin that gives you this idea that like if it's lost hair, it's lost quickly. You see him twirl the knife in his hands. My, we caught a big one today, boys. And you see him lean up close to your face, and you can smell the breath, and there's a stench of something that reminds you of coagulated blood. It's that irony sort of smell, but it also has this weird like death smell to it. And you see him just come up to you and just go, he'll like you. And goes and raises a knife. As he does, you see, you hear, and then for you it sounds like very tin canny because you're still kind of lost, but you hear this like clutter of like the sound of like someone dropping a bunch of like tin cans or metal or whatnot. And you see a long extended hand reaches out along the ground past the corridor where you saw that long-armed figure, and you can see that it is his arm as he is reaching out for something and gets pulled back in. You hear this weird sort of and then silence. This figure holding the knife looks in that area, looks at the other figure, and books it. The other figure goes to turn and follow the smaller one. But as he turns, he kind of like looks over his shoulder and feels frozen in place. Or it looks like he's kind of frozen in place. Like as if he already knows that he's caught. Only slow enough to where you see a streak of black and purple from the alleyway off to the side and moving 20 feet faster than you've ever seen anything move in your life. You see a figure in that hood. Seems to be up close and is holding the other figure as if embracing. And you see a twist. And the figure's eyes close and go down. This figure drops to the ground. The hooded savior turns towards you, and you see their skin extremely pale. But also you notice that their body seems to move as if there's two, but it's like a ghostly form. As you see the figure starts to walk towards you, you notice that each step looks like there's a step behind it, as if time is not really catching up. Very similar to like if you waved a hand in front of your face quick enough where you see that there's two hands. Step, step, step. Bends down to you. And you see a face, very pale, with bright purple eyes. Let's get you back to your friends. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. We'll see you guys next week.